what should we do? All the jokes have become the news. Take the black pill they're prescribing you. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over. There is nothing to say, nothing you can do. The government and media just lie to you. Sit back and laugh, it's overdue. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over. The host is a cripple, he can't stand gravity or the man. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over. The show is the chat Johnny doesn't understand. We don't care what he has planned. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over.
Okay, here we go. Wow. There we are. Hey, everybody, how you doing? How you doing? It got remarkably cold in this basement in a short amount of time, so now I'm wearing a hoodie. I've gone from T-shirts to hoodies in a day. It's a thing. Hiya, kids, says Digger. Good to see you, Digger, and everybody. Yes, Digger not on the show today. I'm a horrible liar. Hate me all you want. Digger's not on the show today. You just have me. She is in the chat, though. So our girl's here. She's just occupied. Otherwise, what is it? Otherwise entangled, I guess. Do. So we've got a lot of cripple going on. Did you get your medication? Saying Caesar, no, it was never going to be that easy, but we have not awesome news on that front. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Yeah, so Digger's not here. We're going to do a show. I've got a show, pretty much a fully prepped show. I'm missing like one or two stories from being where I call fully prepped. But we've got a show. We're going to do it as long as we possibly can for today. Like, we're going to go for the 3.5. We might end a little early if I run out of content and everything else. I feel like absolute dog shit. Had a lot of trouble sleeping last night. Let's have a good show. I will say this. I avoided a lot of shit because I didn't want to do, because I'm already in a bad mood. And I didn't want to do like bad mood, like more stuff to make me ranty. There's a variety of topics where I'm like, I could talk about that, but why? So, F it, Friday, Johnny. Right, it's Friday. But we are fully funded into Tuesday because you guys are so awesome. Monday's already fully funded, and we're into Tuesday, so everything we make today, you can gladly pay me today for a show on Tuesday. Didn't the guy do that with hamburgers? How'd it work out for him? Yeah, we're going to do a show for you today, and everything we make today goes towards Tuesday. Next Friday, you guys may already know this, but next Friday is going to be our day off next week because of a delivery that's happening. They're getting an appliance delivered, so it's going to be difficult to do a show while big, burly, sweaty dudes are hauling around large, clunky things. So what do you want from me? Digger, he always had a burger in his hand, so I guess it worked. I mean, I don't remember it that well. I'm amazed you do, but okay. I will gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. Right, he did. I'm doing it the other way around. I'm doing, you could gladly pay me today to do a show on Tuesday. That'd be fabulous. But yes, we are live on all three platforms. We've got a variety of stuff available. And once again, a reminder to you guys, if there's stickers and things from Twitch that you like, you can pay us through Rumble and YouTube and request them, and I can pay I can play them for you. I can do that for you. Like log in with, what the was that? Log in with Twitch, and then yeah, so I can do all of the stickers, the custom ones and the newest ones. So we can do all the stickers you want if you ask.
Animal style, in and out, in and out. Animal style, in and out. He got an animal style, in and out, in and out. Animal style, in and out.
Trying to think of who that sounds like to me, but that voice sounds familiar. Pay Johnny and exotic meat burgers for shows. No, please don't. Exotic meat is not a form of currency. Are the sunglasses indoors? Because he's so cool, says Boomer Bob Show. No, we started doing this a while ago. And now I just do it because, like, if I don't do it, there's a couple people, they're like, what happened to the goggles? And they do look cool. I'm not going to deny that. I can't wear them while I'm driving. I mean, I wear them outside plenty of times, but I can't wear them while I'm driving. So, just to make use of it. And then some people flip out about it. Some people really, oh, you wear your goggles. So, you know, like, that's where it came from. I mean, I get you're doing a joke. I apologize. My future's so bright, I gotta wear shades. Brian the Science Animal Style, right, dude? Oh, I got your message, Brian, and I totally knew about that. I have to look at how to claim those, on my Xbox account thing. But I got to get them rewards on Mecha Break. And I got to start working this weekend. We're moving the Xbox after we play Mary Hobb with, or not Mary Hobb, what's the name of it? After we play Duck Duck Grey Duck with the memory, we're going to move the Xbox over and plug it in. Plug it in. So that way we can do streaming of the Xbox on and record videos and things. All right. So, yeah, we have a bunch of stuff for the first hour today. Like I said, today's show is largely not serious news stories because I just don't like. I don't know about other people. I am getting burnt out on like drama and the left and the right and so we're gonna try and keep it. It's Friday, so for sake, we're gonna try and keep it chill. We're trying to keep it cool, and I'm gonna try and keep my headache from going nuts. I got to do that streaming with 14. You mean Pilot 14 from Mecha Break? You are a burnout. Haha, got him. Maybe? I don't know. If you mean Pilot 14, dude, Stellaris is nice. Oh boy, if you want to have a Mecha Break moment and talk about a beautiful mech and Mecha Break, whoo, Stellaris is nice. I'll read Brian's. This isn't mine, but out the crash outs. Today's show is brought to you by Sexy Lexi's Basket Weaving for when you need great box. That doesn't make sense. Because it's a basket. She doesn't make boxes. It's a basket. Tisket a tasket. It is a basket. Here's another thing here's the way Sexy Lexi's Basket Weaving. When you're looking to grow premium anything, you want a premium basket. It all starts with planting your seeds in the right basket, and that is Sexy Lexi's Baskets. See, I don't know. The UK's Deputy Prime Minister resigned today, Johnny. I don't know why I would care, but thank you for that info. I didn't see it, so... But thank you for the update. Final Fantasy 14, dude. Oh, Final Fantasy 14. Okay. I can't stream that. My computer will take a dump. My computer did take a memory dump earlier today, so tap on glass. We should hopefully be able to do a show just fine because it's like every 3 or 4 days that it happens. So we should be under the wire and be good. So far, we've been very lucky this week where we haven't actually had any issues while we're live. So see if that trend continues. Blacks being by cops are very real. What? Dear Lord, stole a linear converter. I wouldn't say anyone being shot by cops are relaxing videos. I don't, now that I say that, though, I have to make sure I don't have any people being shot by cops videos. I mean, we have videos. We have a video of a wedding crasher stealing stuff from a wedding. I got an article. We got a video of a teen being tackled by a boomer when there was a foot chase. I mean, that's kind of a cop video, but nobody shot, and I certainly don't know the colors of any of the people involved. We got a story about the Clippers. I got I got information about the Welsh Reform Counselor. There's a group in England, Welsh Reform. They have a counselor, and this counselor has now become the subject of much ado because she put her titties up online. So we got, and believe me, and we're gonna get to the article, and there are pictures I can show, like, you know, safe for work pictures. You will see in those safe for work pictures. Oh damn! To quote a movie, she has huge tracts of land. What are the sheep shaggers doing now? Apparently, OnlyFans. St. Caesar. Apparently, it's OnlyFans. Chevy JB, that's the problem. You tap on wood, not glass. Well, I've got fucking generic pressboard furniture to my right, and I got a glass top desk in front of me, and an open space to my left. So I'm just plumb fuckered. What are we gonna do? That's what I was told to knock on wood. My head counts as wood to my granddad told me. Oh, that's Fall great. Are the titties nice? I don't know about nice. They are natural and ginormous. She's let's just say she's a generous girl. Like she has a figure, but it's a little round. It's a little padded in places. She's got some softness, but but they get just fucking big old boobies. You could be the judge. We'll get to that eventually. That's in the second hour, so we got plenty of that stuff. And then we have an article. Was it in the first hour or the second hour? We're going back to the moon, and I don't know where that article went. And if I don't have it, I gotta go grab it because that was in there. That was the reason we titled the show to. Oh, there it is. It's in the first hour. So let's just load our first hour stories. That we could do that. That we'll talk about. We'll load our first hour stories. We'll talk about what happened at the hospital today. And I'm Tom Brokaw. That's the news to me. That accent always makes me think of Norm Macdonald in Deuce Bigalow 2. Fallen hard pass. Well, you know, we'll still do the story. You don't have to F her. How does that sound? I believe it or not, she might not be interested. I love how people are like, you know what? I'm not interested in that lady. Like she gave a shit about you. No offense, she's not even aware of me, let alone you. Where is the maple goddess, says Professor Tie-Dye. She has things to do today. She doesn't do every Friday show. I thought, and again, I did say, and I thought she'd be here. I said she would. She didn't feel up to it today, so what are we going to do? So you can knock on your... Sometimes I just shouldn't read the Rumble chat out loud. I'd rearrange her furniture, and by furniture, I mean guts. Well, you haven't even seen her. Balls deep, you're the other extreme. Fallen's already writing her off just by a vague description on me, and he's like, well, I'm out. And now you're all like, hey, just off of what I've heard, I want to plow this lady like a snowy road. F her, you don't know her. Cat? Hey, everybody, it's a cat. It's a kitty cat, and now Piano Cat featuring Al. Do 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 dun 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 dun. You know, if you hate this, you can leave, Al. I'll be fine with that. Hi, Al, says St. Caesar. Yeah, he's in here. You said she. I'm in, says Balls Deep. Well, what if she's not into you? Okay? What if she's just... play with his pussy. He's my cat. Hi, Al. Meow, meow, meow. And I meow, meow, meow. Oh, because I meow, 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 and I meow, meow, meow. He is a kitty cat. All right, so let's get to this. Oh, wait, we loaded the first hour story. So here's what happened with the hospital. We went into the hospital this morning. I've got a new appointment for other stuff that we were talking about. They told me they won't prescribe ivermectin for MS because it's not FDA approved for MS. But that's my general doctor. Thank you, voice crack. If I'm lucky, my prescribing doctor will be my neurologist. But ivermectin can't be accessed without a prescription. And my family doctor said that they won't prescribe ivermectin for MS because it's not FDA approved and that's not legal. So I don't know how.
Damn. Look at all the wieners.
Thank you, Lab Glass. We appreciate that. Bum, bum, bum. We need to get you your own little piano, buddy. How's that sound? We got to get your tie out. Where's your Christmas collar with the necktie on it? Your business casual. So that will be every doctor. You have to go outside of them, says AP. Well, I'm going to try this route first, just for repercussions down the road, be there any, where people go, hey, well, like we'll find out. We'll find out. We're gonna look into it, and I'll say this: if I have to go to extremes or just severe limits, I'm going to pursue every legal avenue of retribution on the hospitals, because this is absurd. It is ridiculous. I will sue the hospitals, the states. If I don't have a case, then maybe not. I don't know. But this is not acceptable. I mean, that'll be every doctor. I'm kind of feeling that way too, AP, but I'm really hopeful. Let's just say I'm really hopeful when I see a neurologist and I tell them that, no, we've done every medication. There are reasons to believe this could be a viable treatment. I want this treatment. And so that's what we'll do first. Otherwise, yeah, we're going to have to probably do something else or just fucking go to Texas. I don't know. It's such bullshit. I understand the FDA needing to approve medications to be prescribed. I didn't realize once they approved a medication, they had to approve it for other uses. And that's a weird, actually, let's talk about that. That's a weird cop-out, because I've already been prescribed medications that are for X, but we're prescribing it for Z because we think it'll work for that. So why is it okay with other medications, but it's becoming, I'm becoming more and more, I'm becoming more and more of a believer that the hospitals and the pharmacies have an adverse, they don't want you to take ivermectin because it works for shit. We should be allowed to try anything we want that is already available. I agree, Fire Red Podcast. By all means, go the route you need. But according to my neuro, the FDA will not allow them to prescribe it. So you have to buy it elsewhere. It's a medication that doesn't need a prescription, for your information. It does in Minnesota. You can't, as far as I understand, you can't get ivermectin without a prescription in Minnesota. But yes, St. Caesar, I do feel it's a conspiracy at this point. AP, if there's a means in Minnesota, and if there's means immediately outside, they give antibiotics for viral infections. Dude, it doesn't matter. It's weird. Off-label use is okay in some situations, like the vets and PTSD nightmares. They give us an off-label blood pressure medication. Right, off-label is fine. I that's not my issue. Ivermectin, it isn't even a label thing anymore. It's cheap, it's available, and it's used in a variety of ways. Yes, you can. The internet is how everyone I know gets it. Okay. Well, then I'm going to go this route just because I've already started this path. No point stopping. Alberta is trying to pass a law forbidding prescribing of ivermectin. I'm not allowed a new knee for 2 years because I'm not 40 and can barely walk. After 4 surgeries, fuck the hospitals. Viagra started as a heart medication. Right, but isn't antibiotics for viruses like shooting a pistol at a freight train? I don't know Carlos Ramirez, but either way, we're not using it. They also deny cancer and terminal patients experimental treatment. We should have every option. We're dying anyways. Right? I mean, so many of these medications, when they come out and they do stuff, they're like, hey, we're going to. But the thing is, those experimental treatments, those are expensive, and everybody needs their money, and blah, 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 blah. And the news, or not news, and the insurance companies really don't want to pay out, especially if you've been paying in this whole time and you're about to die. They're like, well, then we get to keep that money. Again, I don't know. Yeah, but they were talking about antibiotics. Where was it? Brian the Science had mentioned, they give antibiotics for viral infections. They want everyone to use the MAID program at this point to save money. Well, there isn't a MAID program in the U.S. And again, my point is, like, this is the stupidity of this whole thing. I've tried all of the actual medications. I've tried them all. So looking at ivermectin as a medication, not even thinking about the MS stuff, looking at it just as a medication, it will not have any real adverse side effects. I'm going to fuck up my digestive tract a little bit, maybe. That's about it. Other than that, as long as I take it within regular dosage, it's nothing. You're fine. So that's worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, it doesn't do dick. Best case scenario, I'm recovering. Like, so I'm sorry. That's a risk worth taking, considering all the other risks that my doctor took with my life over the last 3 years. Let's go 3 years. The last 3 years that my neurologist doctor took of my life, he cycled me through over 5 different medications, all of them that had horrible side effects, a couple of them that were lethal if improperly administered, and a whole bunch of them that have whole X, Y, and Z problems. But I took all of those medications to deal with my relapsing, remitting MS, and then finally, after I keep complaining that my symptoms aren't getting better, and he goes, well, that's your secondary progression. And I'm like, yeah. He goes, they don't make a medicine that treats that. It's like, well, then what have we been switching these medicines for? If the problem this whole time has been secondary progression, why are you just shuffling me through medicine after medicine after medicine? Like, fuck that. Digger asking, what dosage would Johnny take? That's kind of important to know, and I can't find anything. Well, I did see Alex Jones just eat a spoonful of, like, the horse paste ivermectin on a show. I'm sure we can find that out. Ashley Casey, it'll definitely mess up your tummy for a day. After that, you're good, or at least I was. Fiery pointing out that California has MAID, and we all know how Minnesota is Cali's bitch. I do think that, like, Tim Walz is, like, what would you call it? Larval form. He's larval form Newsom. That's, he doesn't have the track record to show that his ideas generally don't work, but he does have a lot of those kind of ideas. Oh, well, if AJ ate it, should be fine. Right? I've taken the ivermectin, I've eaten the horse paste, and quite frankly, I'll tell you right now, not only did it get rid of all my problems, I grew an extra 3 inches on my cock. I ate the horse paste, now I have a horse cock. I didn't know where this came from. I wasn't ready for this. My wife couldn't be happier, although she does want me to stop using it quite so much. I had to start using it to prop open doors and windows just to find a reason, but quite frankly, I apologize. I'm sorry, I'm a Christian. Johnny would probably take 1/100th the dose on the farm and fleet bottle. Well, firstly, I have to look at the dosage rates on the rats with the EMS or EME. EME, not EMS. I kept calling it EMS. It's EME. The rats with the EME. And then we'll see how it goes. Have you tried Alex Jones tablets he sold? Might work. Nope, I never have. I did not grow a cock from the horse paste I consumed. Nah, I have to take your word for it, Ashley. But I'll take you on this. Look at this product I found. Google.com, says Chevy JB. Wife has ivermectin cream she puts on her face and loves it. Okay. Oh, Yep, there we go. All right, what is this? Ivermectin 3 milligram tablets. Let's see. This medication is used to treat certain parasitic roundworm infections. Curing parasitic infections helps to improve your quality of life. In people with weakened defense immune systems, curing roundworm infections can reduce risk of developing severe life-threatening infection. Ivermectin belongs to a class of drugs known as antihistaminics. Works by paralyzing and killing parasites. Ivermectin is not recommended for coronavirus disease. Ah, it's not recommended, but what do you recommend? That's $50 for 3 milligram tablets and 10 to 40 tablets. Stromectol. Hey man, like I said, we're gonna try it out. We'll see. Lab Glass with $20 on Rumble. Thank you very much. Reoccurring and gifting memberships from you guys on Rumble is why now Rumble straight counts the day after. We count Rumble the same way we count Twitch. You guys throw in, we say thank you, oh God, so much, and then we count it the next day. No more of the payout stuff. So now it all gets straight counted. EAE. Is what? I don't know. mRNA bullshit. Yeah, that's what they want you to take. You guys will have to take my hubby's word for it. I think he would have divorced me if I did. How do we know that? What if he's more of a freak than any of us realized, including you? It's entirely possible, but I'm not saying that's what happened. Not recommended for something it actually fixes, COVID. Because if it was prescribed for it, they couldn't force a vax. Right, they couldn't force a vax. They couldn't force several updates. And a lot of people might be like, well, why would they want to force the vaccine? You aren't forced to take it. Right, but the government paid for it up front. It is a blank check. And that's my problem with that. It's a blank check to the pharmaceutical companies. They weren't paid per shot that was used. The government flat out paid for them and distributed them at Walmart, Walgreens, just different places, the hospitals. Then they just literally pumped that shit out there. But it was bought and paid for ahead of time. Brian, Ashley's husband likes the flathead. I don't even know what that means. The only downside is enjoying it, says Lab. Oh, no. No, I don't want to do any of that. Hey, there's not much more risk with your cure than with ivermectin. I guess it depends on if he wants to walk again. Again, his cure doesn't work, though. That's his opinion, and I'm not doing that. And I'm really not doing that. LMAO, I think it's cute. You think he's the freak in our relationship? Uh-oh, ladies and gentlemen, we found a redhead. I mean, that's a possibility. Lucky him. Have you tried Alex Jones? Yep, we read that one. Okay, so I think we haven't gotten into any stories. I'm losing track of time. The ivermectin is not on hand yet. It is seeming like we are not going to get it prescribed. On the plus column, though, we do have 2 new medications, I think, that'll be coming into Walgreens the next few days. I'll hopefully be able to get a little bit more sleep and my legs won't be quite as big a problem, which will make morning shows way easier and will make my life a little better. Hopefully, we're going to try new stuff for that. Johnny's never seen a horse dick, confirmed. Nope, never have. I should get a bioterrorist 2020 badge for being unvaccinated. I keep threatening to make that USA Corp wholly owned subsidiary of Israel LLC. I really need to make that shirt. Make it, print it out, wear it on my show. All right, there we go. So yes, I'd buy that, says Balls Deep. Well, then I know what I'm doing this weekend. We'll try and have it ready for Monday. I'll buy it too. Buy that and my digger lover hat. Still need to get my digger lover hat. But yes, one quick reminder. I think we already mentioned it, but mention it again. We're not doing a show next Friday because of appliance delivery from 12 to 4. So that's a thing. Yep, covered all those. Covered everything. Great, cool, great. We can start going with stuff. I don't normally applaud Guinness World Record attempts.
A
But
story for
anybody that's ever stepped on Lego pieces, and ever since my daughter, my number of Lego pieces stepped on has risen dramatically. Anyone that's ever stepped on a Lego brick, you understand, this is respect. This is crazy. So we'll go over here and check this out. This is a lady who made a run for a sprint barefoot on literally like a bed of hot coals, except it's fucking Legos. And those aren't tiny bricks either.
all the parents out there, if you've ever stepped on a rogue piece of Lego
Fuck, you stole my line. I hate you.
on purpose, a Christchurch mum has done just that. A 100-metre sprint
Oh, Christchurch. I know somebody from Christchurch. Small world.
barefoot over thousands of the tiny bricks. Thomas Mead was there for a painful world record attempt.
When day broke this morning,
Wait a minute. Attempt? She didn't win? She didn't win? I'm loving this even more. She's going to do this and lose? Oh, as T. Jefferson said, on Kid Caltrops? Why? Right?
a small army was preparing the unthinkable.
All this Lego.
And don't worry, guys. She's only putting it on an actual track. So, you know, all of the cushioning in the asphalt will do for the bricks when she steps on them. She's making it way worse. She's putting them on a freaking asphalt running track. Oh. They leave the blue ones there, and runners are doing like a baton race and step on those and scream bloody murder.
And more.
300
I've seen a lot of bloodshed in Christchurch, says Carlos Ramirez. I haven't. Ninjas use Legos to slow down pursuers.
kilos of Lego laid out in a gauntlet that stretched 100 metres, creating a trial beyond the imagination of most parents, but not Gabrielle Wall.
Get the wheels out of there. No round Legos. No. Bricks only, bitch. If we're doing this, we're going bricks only.
I actually had a
Does she have a kink for pain or something? I think so, but we're about to find out.
health scare a couple of years ago. So reevaluated my bucket list as a result. One of the things that ended up on the list was to do a Guinness World Records attempt.
She's been barefoot for 2 months, callousing the soles of her feet at supermarkets, Christmas parties, and even a wedding.
Fortunately, I'm already married because I'm not going to pick up anyone with these feet.
Her children providing the motivation.
I'm the coach. I
Providing the motivation or the Legos? Or both?
coach her. I'm manager, so I basically just yell at her.
The material supplied by charity Imagination Station.
It's all about raising awareness for what
For how sharp these little plastic bricks are? What other awareness could you be raising? Christchurch was the mass event in New Zealand a few years back. Oh. I just I had a couple friends that I played WoW with that lived in Christchurch. One of them I still talk to a little bit. Sorry, I didn't know.
Lego can do. We wouldn't
She's perfect for an OnlyFeed account.
personally recommend trying this out at home.
And soon the preparation had come to an end. The moment approaching.
Nice conditions on the track today. Sunny with a good chance of injury.
The nerves settling in.
It looks a lot longer than it did in the training, I have to say.
The great philosopher Seneca once
Like the training, did you actually step on Lego bricks in the training, or did you just run barefoot over a distance? Actual steel toe wear. What up, Johnny? You play Silk Song. No, I did not. I did not play Hollow Knight Silk Song.
said that we suffer more in imagination than we do in reality.
On your marks, get set.
But clearly,
I see one transparent peg, aka headlights and taillights. Step on this bitch. Tell me how it feels to pull out shards from the skin. No!
he never heard of Lego. The most painful obstacles, the palm trees and window frames.
Probably about halfway, it switched from being like, wow, I'm actually doing this, to boy, that looks like a long, long way away.
But Gabrielle Wall couldn't be stopped.
Right. But
Challenge vanquished.
you keep saying attempt. You guys never said did she get the record, or did she just get the attempt?
Oh, Like a dream. It's like running on clouds.
A doctor there to inspect the damage.
Nothing we can't patch up. Well done.
Oh, that's gross. Tell that bitch real women use Mega Blocks. Wouldn't Mega Blocks, don't those have rounded edges? Aren't those the kid ones? Like, I'm trying to think. What are the ones my daughter had at first? No, they didn't have rounded edges, but they were soft plastic. Damn, Legos did great for her ass. Says Fall in the Great. St. Aaron, well, holy shit, a woman finished something. Come on now. For training, she watched videos of others doing this. This makes plantar fasciitis look like a picnic. Her face could use a... Oh, my God, man. She just did something incredibly grueling and pointless.
No serious injury, but her feet definitely worse for wear.
Put on some frickin' socks and shoes, please. And wash it. For the love of God, lady, wash your feet.
Like the worst massage you've ever had.
And then the moment of truth, the time. 24.75 seconds.
You did it, Mom.
I did it. Good stuff, coach. Good stuff, manager.
The footage will be sent to officials for verification.
All right, so never mind. She might have won. We don't know. Plantar fasciitis is very painful. Do not recommend. Yeah, I don't... I've never had it, so I can't really have much of a personal experience comment, but I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. Boner alert, new boot coupon. Oh, man. Okay. They make more money keeping you sick. Yeah, Boomer Bob Show. I'm sorry I missed that comment earlier when we were talking about the medications. You're right, they do. Johnny, I just eat Chinese are trying to make me sick. Okay, St. Caesar. Glad you shared that with the class. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. Okay, so we have a couple of things left for the first hour. We've got a hilarious post. We've got a hilarious post from a Huffington Post reporter that got mocked online. We'll talk about that. NASA has a new mission for next year. We'll talk about. We've got a video of a teen thief getting tackled by a boomer. And then we've got a video of a wedding crasher stealing gifts. So we also have the video that we might do. We'll do this video next. Well, no, we just did a video, so we'll do the read first. And then it's just a lot of videos. Okay, so we'll do the HuffPo thing first. So, should we just open these in a new tab? Yeah, open a new tab. Open image, a new tab. And then, can I open image, a new tab? Okay, so the reason that this is a topic we're going to talk about today is because I love when people do fake shit, and they don't think we'll notice. Okay, let's get going over here. So this is Jennifer Bendery, a Huffington Post reporter, saying a D.C. resident shared this photo she took at Union Station yesterday. Looks like a scene from The Handmaid's Tale. No, just another day of Trump's militarization of D.C. right now. Hashtag under his eye. Now, that's fine, except you can't really tell because this is blurry, so we grabbed a different one for you. This is Jennifer. This is our girl Jennifer. Here, let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. That's her face right there. Maybe remember that image for a bit. These are the people in the picture. I'm sorry, you bear a striking resemblance to the person who posted this photo submitted to you. So she decided to post again this thing. She put it out there. Thankfully, the internet responded very funny. It looks like a scene from number one response saying It looks like a scene from The Handmaid's Tale because the women are dressed up in Handmaid's Tale costumes bought on Amazon. Hope this helps. But other people commented, "Oh dear Lord, I've got to open these images too so we can share them." There are open image in new tab. And oh dear Lord, open image in new tab. Open image in new tab. So where do we? Oh, yep. Open image in new tab. Oh God, the internet had a field day with it. So this is the part that I love, is that back in the day, this kind of stuff might have flown, but it ain't working today. So let's do that, do that, do that, and that. So let's go back over there. Sorry about that. I should have had this set up better. So yeah, we had her. Where was her post? All right, that's her. We got her out. Let's get rid of that. Someone else writing, "It looks like a scene from Jurassic Park, but no, just another day in Trump's America." And they photoshopped the dinosaurs in. What else can we get out of this? Again, oh, we did that one. That's the actual one. Oh, God, the current iteration of The Handmaid's Tale, but no one will denounce this. Oh, shit. Then a DC resident shared this photo. It looks like a scene from Gotham City, but no, it's Trump's America. And this is the best part. Normally, these people would post this stuff. That'd be a thing. Now, with the internet being the way it is, people are calling out these really bad panders. And so, what else we got? Oh, God. DC resident shared photo. Took at Union Station. Looks like a scene from McDonald Land, but no, just another day in Trump's military. Hashtag you deserve a break today. Oh, what else? Oh, God. A DC resident shared... Fucking learn to speak, Johnny. A DC resident shared this photo she took yesterday. It looks like a scene from The Minions, The Rise of Gru. But no, just another day of Trump's villainy. Is that a Halloween thing? Was that from 2016? But yeah, all right. So those are all it. There we go. Got it covered. There should be a movie about a group of HuffPo journalists and the challenges they face. The movie should be called The Unfuckables, says Mussolini Diff. Well, we covered this the other day. There is a movie about a lady fighting the evil militaristic, the evil white militant groups through Reddit. There's a lady about the Savant, and oh boy, is it bad. Dear Lord. Okay, so let's do that. Thank you very much, Balls Deep, for the $5. Johnny's exotic Republican Velociraptor cutlets coming soon. Why are they Republican? So they're conservative raptors? Ashley Casey, my bro. Oh, wait, let's catch up. Oh, hey, liberal white women, says Brian the Science. Wow, it's almost 3 and I've not smoked or ingested any THC yet today, says Ashley Casey. You need to catch up. It's only 11:40 here and I've already done 3 dabs. Madoa asking me a dabs last night. I told him about my first dab when I forgot how steps worked for 5 minutes. I was newer to smoking and woo. Yeah, dabs can be heavy. I have a comedy bit about the first time I did dabs.
Checked, we don't have a whole lot of songs that feature the cowbell.
I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
Leprechaun Blood, subscribing with Prime for 8 months. Thank you very, very much. We appreciate that so much, buddy. Let's get you a little cowbell. Leprechaun Blood, subscribing 8 months. Cowbell coming in. Hey-o. Thank you so much. That is so awesome. That's how we keep those goals falling. Like I said, with everything that came in on the hype train from yesterday, oh, dear Lord, we're 15 seconds away from launching a Golden Kappa hype train. I didn't know that was a possibility. Why did I miss that? Shitballs. And 3, 2, 1. And it's gone. All right. Thank you very much anyway. Thank you for that. That's the lady. I'm loving it. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm loving it. If you're loving it, you might want to try Sexy Lexi's basket weaving. Big enough to hold what you need, but small enough to feel like you're not getting fat. Let's close that. So yeah, that was just a fun thing. Like I said, we're trying to keep it more lighthearted today, and I feel like laughing at stupid people. Like, don't get me wrong, as people on this show, no, I'm not like Trump's biggest fan, but I love people that are going above and beyond to like paint it as oh, it's fascism, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. Like, no, not really, because a lot of people voted for this stuff. It was said it would be done. That doesn't make it fascism. What makes it fascism is if it's done against the citizens' will, if they're forced into these things, and quite frankly, there are elements of fascism about bringing the military in to lock down cities if they stay there. But if it's just to handle crime getting out of hand, I mean, what's martial law for if not that? One time I smoked a dab pen. I forgot how to breathe for a while. Then the swelling stopped, says Brian. That sounds horrible. I lost a lot of time the first time I smoked a dab. That's all I'm going to say. First time I smoked a dab was not a thing. I just... Fuck it, let's just... First time I smoked a dab, I was just hanging out at my house. I got a phone call. The guy goes, "Hey, man, you ever done dabs?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Get over here. You got to try this shit." So I go over to my buddy's house. I walk in, and he is literally putting together a bunch of glass with a metal tip on it. It's called a nectar collector. And I'm like, holy shit, when did you fucking need a 2-year degree to get high? The guy's sitting there with like a marijuana erector set trying to build this fucking thing. After he gets done with that, he's lighting a blowtorch. I feel incredible. Like, I've never welded before. So then he heats it up. I do the dab, right? 2 days later. Wasn't quite 2 days later, but you get the point. Anyways, NASA astronauts, let's not do the NASA one yet. We want to do this video first. Hey, Balls Deep, good to see. LML, so true. Dabs are so involved. It's crazy. Above and beyond the Owen Hart story. Kerplatt. Thank you. So yes, it's weird how involved dabs are and how potent they are. I myself, I like sticking to my flower. I enjoy doing the flower. I'm a flower power man. All right, so let's do this. Drunk drivers are a fun thing, and we did a story about New Zealand. Let's put those two things together and see what we get. Right, and there we go. Oh, I thought it was going to be a little bit faster than that, or slower than that. There's no audio? That's a shame. All right, the moment a drunk driver flies off the ferry terminal. Oh, boy. Dude, what about the driver? All right. CCTV captured the moment a drunk driver hurled off the road and threw a bike shelter at a ferry terminal in Auckland. The driver crossed in front of a bus and over a footpath and drove straight into a shelter. Hey, guys, they got the windshield wipers going. It's fine. You're on it. Bystanders tossed the driver life rings and helped pull her out of the water. Okay, so the driver's fine. Grandma just had a few too many and decided to take out everything in her path. Police issued... Oh, shit, I wasn't wrong. 73-year-old with an infringement notice after she failed a drink driving test. Dude, drink driving. The driver was in the drink, sir. The car is still there. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. It's just sinking. Dear Lord. Nice segue, Johnny. Right? Casey asking if Digger uses topicals. Interesting. I want to weave a basket with Lexi like she was my Demi Moore and I was her Patrick Swayze making pottery in Ghost. Why? Why are we going after Lexi? You realize Lexi didn't even... Somebody else bought it and demanded that it be Sexy Lexi's basket weaving service. And it's not like that's an actual picture of Lexi. I cannot confirm or deny the accuracy of that emblem and Lexi's physique. I have no idea. I have no idea. Literally zero. Right, let's make sure all of our chats are caught up. Rumble seems to have slowed. It's an odd thing. We have it's almost, we were about an hour into the show. We have a couple of stories left from the first hour. We have our second and third hour story stuff. We'll get through all of that. We're gonna try and go for a full show today. But good God, I'm feeling worse for wear every moment. So we'll see how it goes. Glad to have you all here. It's Friday. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. We are trying to wrap it up with lighthearted stuff like a pensioner. Well, what would you call it? Dukes of Hazzarding a ferry jump? How close was she? Here's the question I have. How close was she to making the boat? Like, obviously she was in a rush. Did she make the ferry? Rusty's sultry I can't read it. Rusty's sultry pottery studio could be fun. That's going to be a harder one to come up with an image for. That's going to take some time. I'm very proud of Sexy Lexi's basket weaving logo, but that was pretty quick. You know what this is? I'm going to do this every month. By next year, I can just get a design, like a fucking, what is it? Design degree or something. The person was following the GPS instructions. Turn left at the next pond. Alrighty. Covered, caught up. All right, great. So we've got a video there. Let's do a video, and then we'll do the astronauts thing and a video. We'll do this video first because this is less awesome. So we'll do that for. This is apparently off of a. Oh, I wish I could find the actual ABC7 story.
Just 48 hours ago, George and Nadine Farhat were celebrating the best day of their life. The Orange County couple got married and were partying well into the night at the Renaissance in Glendale. Little did they know there was an uninvited guest scoping the place out, a wedding crasher that security cameras show ran off with their gift box full of tens of thousands of dollars in money and gifts, bringing the party to a halt.
I ended up sitting on the dance floor sobbing with my friends and cousins around me.
The thief was there for at least 90 minutes, showing up around 11 p.m., walking around, passing family members of the bride and groom, going to the bathroom, and at one point he even orders a drink at the bar.
It's very grainy, but I think he even tipped the bartender.
The man ran the box down a back hallway leading to an alleyway where a getaway vehicle was waiting. The thief made off with between $80,000 and $100,000.
We try to focus.
All right, like, I feel bad for you, but damn, you like, no offense, this is shitty for you. You've got a fucking box with between $80,000 and $100,000 in it, and it ain't locked down. It's not guarded. Like, I don't know who thought to do that. Like, seriously. Ashley Casey, why even have a wedding that big? I don't know. They know a lot of people. Following the great. So they are Jews. We haven't actually gotten a good pause on her face, but she does seem to, like, I'm going to be honest, just even here, it is a little smudgy, but you might not be far off the mark. How many guests to get to 80K, right? Damn, maybe I should have had a big wedding. I mean, maybe.
On the positives of that day. You know, we had a wonderful ceremony at our church. We had a really fun party with our family and friends.
They're like, when it rains on your wedding day, it usually means good things are to come.
That's right.
So when someone steals money and your box and everything on your wedding day, we'll follow that same trend. So we're just really thankful.
I'm not sure. I am not sure. I wish I could feel bad. We made 3,000 at our wedding. Johnny and I could get off. 80K, the chair dance, they're Jewish. Yeah, I'm gonna say T. Jefferson, I agree. Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm not worried about the 80K because I'm sure they'll still be fine. Poor girl had her box stolen. Well, hey, thank God the virginity that was in it was already gone. And all she had left was the box. Jokes. Thank you for being here on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. The chat's moving along there. We've got all three of them open. We're doing a show for at least another hour or so. And hopefully, if all goes well, 2.5. So we'll see where that is. Do we have anything else on this wedding from about the thief? Some random 40-something dude right at a wedding held on Sunday. Suspect entered surveillance footage described. The bride, Nadine Farahat, said the theft occurred. The whole wedding went silent. Oh. The suspect has yet to be identified. That doesn't seem like a complete... He knew there was going to be money in that room, so... Something up there. I don't know. So who wants to go to a Jewish wedding reception with me, says Ashley Casey. Lab Glass, if I lost 1K, I'd be irate. Right? They had $80,000 to $100,000 in that box. Uncle Mortimer took it. Well, we're just glad it was all insured and we were able to recoup the losses. Rusty Grammar, if I lost 1K, I wouldn't eat for at least a week or until next payday. Yeah, that'd be like a month of not doing that. Ashley, I wouldn't even take it all. I'd be nice and leave them half. So thoughtful of you. That's so nice of you. You know, share your ill-gotten gains with the people you took it from. That's so nice. Damn it, Uncle Morty and his pony addiction. Look, I got an inside track on this one. It's Marv from the Sticky Bandits. I don't know about that. Guy grabbed the box and ran. Ashley, I know I was raised well. Yeah, it shows. It shows. It shows. It shows in how you're willing to only steal half of people's wedding. Only willing to take half their cash gifts, not all of them. You're not a heartless bastard or a cunt. All right, so I have a couple questions about this. This is something that has been coming out. We're apparently going back to the moon.
Honest.
And I am of the question, why haven't we done this sooner? Like, if we're just deciding to do it now, has technology not existed until now? I know the crossover into more digital aerospace technology made some things more difficult and some things easier, but like, why all of a sudden now we finally can do this? Going back, says Ballsy. Hey, you... Whatever.
Right. And so China's making great leaps in their space program. And it's important to note that their civil and military space program, there's no difference. They're all the same. And as you know, the U.S. comes in peace, right? We want our partners around.
Oh, fuck you. We come in peace. Tell that to all the people our bombs have been hitting. Mostly whoever Israel's been aiming them at. Stop it. I don't believe that for a second. So China's threatening to take over the moon, so we got to get there first or second or whatever.
In the world to come together, and we want to win the second space race to the moon. But we know that China wants to get there before us. We're not going to let it happen. We hope we can do first part of the year. That is going to be a mission, a 4-man crew that's going to go out and around the moon. Artemis 3 is going to be when we land back on the moon. We're going to stay for a longer period of time, anywhere from 8 to 12 days on the moon. The longest time in the past was 3 days. And again, we're going to start sending payloads to the moon to start building our base camp. And then from there, again, we want to get in the early 30s to Mars. And this is critical. What we learn on the space station, what we learn on the mission to the moon is going to be critical to make sure we can sustain life. It's an 8+ month mission to Mars.
Dear Lord. It's not all of a sudden China's putting a military base on the moon. We can't have that, says AP. More bombs dropped than Bert Kreischer, says Eugene Stoner. I don't know what that means. The world needs to come together right now. Follow me, says Saint. Oh, balls, I literally typed that same thing in Rumble right as you did. What? Back? I mean, 80K in the box, and probably not an open bar. When were we there before, says Rusty Grammar. There are objects you can see and point, like laser receivers on the moon. There's things that are there. Well, I suppose we didn't drop that, though. We didn't drop that when yeah. You know what? I don't know. I believe we went to the moon. I guess I'm just one of the plebs. But all right. Either way, we'll be going back. So if we haven't been to the moon, we'll be able to just wipe that one under the rug. All I know is if the moon men know how to cure, if the moon men know how to cure MS, I'll fuck them all.
And then you got to stay there, and then you got to come back. So again, it's critical lessons learned to make sure we can accomplish all those goals.
Because you got to have goals. So we're going to the moon, back to the moon. If you believe the rumor, or for the first time, why does the geo-locked side have more craters than the star side? That is a good question. How do we know the geo-locked side has more craters than the star side? Have we ever seen the star side? Do we have pictures of the star side that prove it has less craters? And I thought the star side was the one with the aliens on it. Putting a military base on Earth's moon is useless and poorly strategized to fight aliens. Only can be used effectively for aliens on Earth. Actually, I wouldn't say it's useless, Atomic Ray. Due to the lower gravity and things like that, it might be vastly easier to construct, build, and launch spacefaring vessels from the moon. There's no atmosphere. The gravity is incredibly low. So, I mean, like, you could escape the orbit relatively easily. You could ferry all your supplies up there to load her up before she goes to launch. I mean, other than building it in the, in orbit of the planet, but then you have to deal with the problem if that orbit decays, it's crashing back down to the planet. I wouldn't say useless. Putting a military base on Earth's moon is, like I said, I wouldn't say useless. You can literally see footprints and landing sites with a telescope from Earth, says AP. See, he's one of the ones right, but you don't understand. Those are all Polaroids they put up in the sky. Like, what? No, they faked it. They faked it, guys. Like, I don't know. Do I think we had camera crews and camera signals and videotaped? Like, I don't know. I could see them putting up, fake, movie shit that they made in, Nevada for the propaganda side of it to keep, we beat the Russians. But I think we actually went there. AP says you can see the footprints. I hope those aliens in space hold their guns sideways. A sitting duck in space. See, that's why the star side has no craters. Because the base systems are so loud, they keep shaking the dirt loose and it fills
we don't
them
have a whole lot of songs that feature the cowbell.
I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
I'm going back to Rumble now.
Thank you, Bud Britches, subscribing with Prime for 37 months. There's my doodad. All of the stuff we're making today is going towards Tuesday's show. That's where our goals are at currently. And so we're on Tuesday's show. We're having a great time. And I am not doing a show this next Friday because of appliance delivery. So we'll be out this next Friday, the 12th. Cowbell coming in for Bud Bridges. Hey-ho. All right. AP saying there's craters all over the moon, though. Somebody asked why there's craters on the geolock side, not the dark side. LMAO, a smooth dark side. Thank you, Atomic Ray, for the $2 Rumble rant. Who doesn't love a smooth dark side, right? Like, who doesn't just enjoy a good smooth dark side? I know I do. But like I said, I was excited to see we're going back to the moon. We're going back to the moon, guys. So I don't know how effective that'll be. Wait a minute. They're going to build... Don't tell me they're going to build a nuclear reactor on the moon. While NASA continues to prepare for the Artemis 2 mission, we will send humans to the moon without landing on the surface yet. Let's admire the footage of the first unmanned Artemis 1 mission from the Orion spacecraft, in which both the Earth and the moon are visible. Yeah, I don't think we need to worry about that. I'm excited to see where it goes, but again, it never really happened, according to some. Rusty's telescopes are so powerful, he could someone on the moon mooning him. It's a powerful telescope. That is a very powerful telescope. All right, so yesterday we had body cam footage of a young man who, he was feeling peckish, walked to a Chick-fil-A, got himself a sandwich. Bravo. 5 years old. This man is not 5 years old. And this is not a Chick-fil-A, so I don't think they'll be quite as lenient. Go. First of all, can we just say of course? Can we just say of course? You had his face completely blurred out, but as soon as you do a view from behind, I go, yep.
The deli. Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Oh, damn, Grandpa ain't playing. I knew he got involved, but I didn't know when and where. So he threw the cart in front of him. Oh, damn. He threw the cart in front of him and dropped him on the ground. Rusty Grammar, it's like 75 pounds. What? That would be awesome. I've seen some weird things out there, but a mooning from the moon would kick ass. I'd save that to the SD card. Wait, you really have a super powerful telescope? That's badass. I got my daughter like a very little tiny telescope. I don't know if she's gotten to use it much at all, but and she's got a magnifying glass. Like, I've gotten so much nerdy stuff. She's very, very excited by space shit, so we'll see. She's also incredibly good at math, so I might have made a little NASA munchkin. So that's the scary part, when you know your 7-year-old is going to be better than you at math. I'd say the pain would be too much to bear, but I already had to handle the 2-year-old being better than me at walking. So I've kind of, like, in a weird way, I've done this before. And it's just kind of like a rinse and repeat thing.
Get on the ground! I got him.
Stop resisting.
He's skilled, though. Fall in the grave. Fuck yeah, Gramps, get some. Right? I know we're not supposed to do that and we're not supposed to get involved, but I feel like as a society, if we got more involved in stopping people who commit theft and things like that from just sir, what's going on here?
Keep bleeding. Are you bleeding, sir? Yeah, you're bleeding.
Oh, Grandpa wounded himself. Dude, your buddy's got to see somebody. That looks...
Stop resisting.
What is... Dude, I don't know what that is, but you got to see somebody about that. That's not healthy. That is not healthy, sir. We're watching body cam footage of a man who was caught shoplifting and ran off on a foot chase. I didn't realize one of the cops had a fucking barnacle. This literally looks like something you scrape off a boat. Why is there not, like, is there a skin doctor, like, on speed dial? Have you, like, a cream, something?
You understand?
At the very least, we could do with a hat, because that thing is intimidating. In fact, I don't think he ran because of the theft. I think he ran because of whatever that is. I'll be honest, I don't even have to be guilty of a crime. You walk towards me with that on your head. I'm running as fast as I can in the other direction. Atomic Ray, it's a tumor. Wild Saffron, hi everyone. So late, but still not gay. I didn't know those two things were related. He's growing a horn like the coach. Ashley Casey, Johnny says he will run. I'll find a way. All right. If I'm staring down officer whatever that is, I'll find a way. All right. So that's all of it. So that's him running. Call him Dr. Pop. Call Dr. Pimple Popper. It's Jesus, that thing is gonna outgrow him. I mean, it kind of already did, St. Caesar. That's why I'm chewing back the bile. We have, what is it, about 2 hours left in the program. We have all of our second hour stories and stuff to do, as well as all of our third. So we'll definitely be going for a majority of that time, if not the entirety of that time. If we do run out of content, we might end it a little earlier because I am a little under the weather, so I apologize. But, oh boy, just... not in my best mood. All right, so let's clear our first hour stories off the docket. Hot docket. All right, so there we go. There. Save that beautiful bean footage. There we are. All right. The person's face was blurred out to protect crime statistics, says Mussolini Diff. It didn't work because as soon as we saw him from the back, the haircut alone. And by that, well, hairdo. The hairdo alone. And it's like, what? They don't blur out your wrists or the back of your neck. I don't know what you look like, but let me just say, I got a couple of factors that can help me narrow the search if I need. So let's get a couple of facts on this. Oh, dude, Grandpa probably got hit by one of those pegs on the board. Perp got tackled by the Energizer batteries. Oh, that is funny. According to Port St. Louis Police, or Lucie. Port St. Lucie Police. The incident began at Mattress Firm where the thief discarded an empty jewelry box. Officers said that the store manager suspected something was amiss, reached out to the nearby Burlington store, which confirmed a theft had occurred, and identified the thief as the same person who had left the jewelry box behind. While police were on their way to the scene, officers reported spotting the suspect sitting on a park bench nearby. When the teen saw the cops roll up, he sprinted into a nearby Publix. That's when our 76-year-old heard the commotion and sprung into action. Oh, damn. So, gonna guess he's not innocent on that one. Dark Side Aaron said, saw pick up Rusty. Yikes. Kisses. I have no idea what that means. Somali Italian guy, you're my favorite steampunk handicapper. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Lab Glass with $5. Check Venmo, but also the cure starts with you. And Bud Britches with $5. I'm back on Rumble now. All this while driving through road construction. Happy Friday, everyone. Thank you very much, guys. There's my phone. We'll check Rumble. Don't worry, you too can have these adorable steampunk glasses. You just have to go order them online. I don't make the kind of money that I can ever order them again, so I just gotta enjoy them while we have them. Holy balls! All right, so we gotta throw that in there. Huge thank you from Venmo 130. Oh my lord! So that means that's 60. That's 2 gold days. Yeah. So now we're at $65 for the 11th. Yeah. Because we just did 2 gold days. So we're on Thursday the 11th, the last day of next week. Thank you very much, Lab Guys. And Atomic Ray gifting a subscription over on Rumble. This is so awesome. Bud Britches getting a subscription gifted by Atomic Ray. Thank you so much. Cowbell coming in for Bud Britches on Rumble. Hey-o. Oh my god, I had it all the way down. Fuck me. Nobody heard the bell then, except me. And then it just looked like it's just silent jerking it. That's horrible. Oh god. Now all anyone's ever going to remember is that god-awful dismount. Okay, so let's grab you. Grab the Welsh Reform article, the BBC article, the aunt and the niece, and the Pentagon Department. So we got a couple of things. Nothing too heavy for the second hour. Kind of keep it light. Digger saying, hi,
Domino's best deal ever is back. Any hand tossed, pan, thin crust, or New York style pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 online. Last time you got
sausage.
Who cares? I don't want your ad. I don't want. Give me a goddamn minute. We'll get to it. Hoy. So we got a story to talk about a surgeon jailed for amputating their own legs. That'll be our first story. We've got our Welsh Reform counselor found on adult websites. We'll talk about that. And then we've got hundreds of South Koreans detained in a massive ICE raid at a Hyundai plant. You know what? Let's see if we can get a better version of that. And then we got a couple other stories to talk about.
What's up? You seem kind of sluggish today.
I don't care. Don't care. We got a lady who did her niece feed her? No, an aunt blames a niece after accidentally eating dog food during a visit. I don't know how you blame anybody else but yourself. I mean, I understand how you don't want to, but it is entirely your fault if you accidentally ate dog food. Oh, no joke. The Trump signs an order renaming the Pentagon the Department of War story has a Domino's pizza ad as its lead-in. That's kind of funny. I'd never be able to pull off the goggle glasses. My face is too round. I'd look like I'm a Temu Bond villain. My face is pretty round. I still make it work. I guess it's long enough. It's close. It's close. What it is, you just have to not care, really. I mean, sausage does sound good. Thanks, ad, says Ashley Casey. I heard the bell a little. Well, we'll do a little bit more. We did it some more just to get it across the line. Johnny sells sausage story next. No, I don't sell sausage. I don't sell sausage. There's no sausage to sell. Alrighty. We're caught up with all the chats. Great. Love you guys being here. Thank you for being here on this lovely Friday. A lot of people for this. Friday is usually a little bit slower. We're kind of up there on the peeps, which is awesome. All right. Surgeon jailed after amputation of his own legs. How do you jail somebody for amputating their own legs? Is he complaining for malpractice? An NHS vascular surgeon who had his own legs removed has been jailed for 2 years and 8 months for insurance fraud and possessing extreme. So the whole he had his legs amputated doesn't mean anything to do with this. And also, what's extreme pornography? That, what are we talking? That is holy balls left turn. Look, the headline was surgeon jailed after amputation of own legs. In nowhere do I hear, think, or have any reason to believe extreme porn is right on the doorstep. Why did you guys bury the lead? Neil Hopper, 49, of Truro, Cornwall, carried out hundreds of amputation operations before having his own legs removed in 2019. Truro Crown Court heard he lied to insurers by claiming that the injuries to his legs were the result of sepsis and not self-inflicted. Okay. It heard that in May of 2019, Hopper had below-knee amputations after a mysterious illness. He had, in fact, used ice and dry ice to freeze his own legs, so they had to be removed, prosecutors said. Why? Where do you get money out of cutting off your legs? Hopper, who committed 2 counts of fraud and 3 of possessing extreme... Again! Oh, dear Lord. Never mind. I didn't want to know. Oh, God, why? Why did I... Oh, no. No, it's so gross. No, Mommy, no. 2 things, St. Caesar. 1, never, ever, and I mean just for your own health, never, ever identify yourself as a porn connoisseur. As that's just slang for being a perv. Firstly, if we could get that out. And then secondly, what is classified as extreme porn? Well, wait till we get there. Danger Bro Wolf Turtle, I know I'm behind in the chat, but the new Jurassic Park, someone had to take on it, and it's hilarious. That dinosaur that ate someone in the beginning was called D-Rex. They said Downy Rex. And then whenever 8 people at night, they brought up the video with the Downs person carrying I eat it. I don't. Okay. Amputation was his king. T. Jefferson nailed it. T. Jefferson nailed it. The court heard Hopper had admitted 2 counts of fraud and 3 of possessing. All right, why didn't I have you muted? That's Walgreens telling me how many drugs they're in. The court heard Hopper, who admitted 2 counts of fraud and 3 of possessing extreme pornography, had a sexual interest in amputation. He's an amputee devotee. Judge James Adkins said in sentencing that he accepted that Hopper, who had no previous convictions, was remorseful. Yeah, anybody who gets caught is remorseful. However, the, quote, level of harm in the 3 videos of The level of harm in the 3 videos of body mutilation were the subject of the pornography charges was exceptionally high, he said. Hopper had both legs amputated after complaining that his feet were in pain. He was treated for suspected sepsis before he was told by surgeons that he should have his legs amputated, and he was operated on. He did not tell the medics the real causes of the injuries, the court heard. All right. After the amputations, he was back at work in just under 6 months with prosthetic legs. He was arrested in March of 2023. Yeah, dude, the guy's weird, and that's gross. I feel bad now. Yeah, that shit is weird. Humans are very odd creatures, says T. Jefferson. You're not wrong. Rusty Grammar. Extreme porn is a married hetero couple, missionary position only, looking lovingly into each other's eyes with intent to procreate. I mean, at this point, you're not wrong. And no, Wild Saffron not to claim disability insurance. That's what I was thinking, though, too. Like, I thought, oh, he's doing this to get disability. But I don't know, like, anybody who gets disability, and that's a step up, especially if you're a doctor. So I'm like, how is he like fraudulently charging services and pocketing the cash? Like, I thought it was something with there. I did not expect he's an amputee devotee, and it's just kind of, he's that extreme about it. And oh, dear Lord. The length some guys will go to nut. Wow. Bud Britches saying, thanks for the sub. Yes, that sub gifted by Atomic Ray. Thank you, Atomic Ray. We've started counting Rumble because we've been doing payouts so regularly now. We've started counting Rumble with Twitch at the start of every show. We just check what we made at the last show, take it off the goal, and we go. And so thank you very much because of that and everything else, as well as two huge donations, or not two, a huge donation from LabGlass and you guys already here on Rumble. We're already down to September 11th with $65. And that's our last show of next week. So if we crack that 65 out, next week's set. That's so beautiful. Again, thank you. All right. I promised it, so we're going to get to this. Where can we, I have to go click read more first, don't I? We have to open all of the photos. I don't know what Reform UK is, but, and maybe St. Caesar can tell me, what is Reform UK? Either way, Reform UK has a lady, I believe, by the name of Annie Jones with Tever. What's Teverinith? What's her name? Her name is Trevithin? She doesn't have a last name? That's weird. Oh, dear Lord. All right, there we go. This is a nice segue. Oh, dear Lord. Okay, so let's go up here. So yes, a Welsh Reform counselor has been found on adult websites at Tronanon Haya. Who's Tronanon? Hey, Tronanon, good to see you. Hello, Tronanon. So this is our Welsh counselor. If you're asking who it is, no, it's not this lady. It's this lady. If you couldn't have guessed. Apparently, she has been found on adult websites. Explicit images of Reform UK's newest Welsh counsellor have been found on a number of adult websites. Teverithin community counsellor. Oh, Sarah Lang, that's her name. Sarah Lang went viral last week after she led a community litter pick in Torfan and her top cut open and a lace bra was showing. All right, so she got a lot of attention for this photo. Following the cleanup, Lang took part in a video alongside Reform Emmy's only MS, Laura Ann, who said the new counselor was walking the walk, not just talking the talk. Speaking with her cleavage on show, Lang said she had organized the litter pick because she wanted to prove that Nigel Fargel's party could lead from the front and get our sleeves rolled up and get stuck and get in stuck.
I feel strangely drawn to its presence.
What do you mean roll up and get in stuck in general? The footage went viral on X, racking up almost 3 million views and thousands of suggestive comments. A Reform UK source mentioned that several party members complained about the inappropriate and unprofessional footage, but that the Reform's campaign director for Wales, Torfan Councillor Director Dave Thomas, disregarded the concerns. Well, why wouldn't he? He's busy working at Wendy's. All right, so she got caught with her boobies out, you know. Ashley, milk truck has arrived. That Atari is stretched to the max, says Lab Glass. See, I knew you guys would go. There's a milk truck has arrived. Raid. Yeah, we got raided by Jesse Towler. Thank you so much, Jesse Towler. Rating with 8. If you love natural racks, you've come just in time because this lady's packing a pair. And she got out there. She did some very public stuff. And let's just say the sisters would not be denied. So that continued. A lot of people fired back on the criticism, going, no, look, she's there working. She's not there for fun. Why be so mean? Unfortunately, shortly after, this is what they found. God damn my leg. Does she accept joystick players, says Atomic Ray? The Atari console and the Atari shirt both don't hold up without a lot of support. Balls Deep linking Jesse Towler's Twitch.
Last time I checked,
Thank
we
you,
don't
Jesse
have
Towler,
a
for the
whole lot of
raid.
songs that feature the cowbell.
I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
Yeet.
Yeet indeed, my good man. Let us ring the cowbell for Balls Deep. 40 months subscribed. Thank you so much, Balls Deep. Hey-o. Oh. AP, I bet she's into getting those hips sore. Call her a sheep. Dear Lord, man. Good God, Mr. Q, I love Atari. You would. It's the only console that came out when you were a kid. I bet she, I'm going to puke. Why are you going to puke? Just, honestly, like I said, she's got, some thighs and, a midsection on it, but she's not in bad shape. How about this? Does this do it for you? What if she's doing this? Oh, no, really? First of all, that is just fat pillow. Oh, and she used this picture in her community photo for Counselor Sarah Lang. What? God, why can't you take 5 seconds to separate church and porn? Good Lord. Good Lord. That should never, dude, make it difficult. Lang was previously a member of the Welsh band Seventh Circle and was well known for her classic rock performances whilst wearing revealing outfits. So she's been a whore. Okay. Guys, we have a whore. 10-4, she's come back a whore. Now let's look up, South Koreans. Bye, Ice. All right, there we go. Reddit. It's only happening on Reddit, then that's a problem. I didn't Reddit. This is really weird. No, let's go to news. This is a thing happening in Purdue student from detainment month ago. Why do we not have... Oh, no, not detained, but Korean student. No. I want South Koreans plural. All right. There we go. That's what I was looking for. There we go. Found it. All right. And then we can close this out. So she launched a new Facebook account with the job title politician under the name Counselor Sarah Lang on August 17th of this year. Yeah, but you didn't bother to change the description. Oh, is this the chick counselor with the huge tracts of land? Yeah. Huge tracts of land. And she used one of her porn profile photos as her freaking avatar face photo on her public counselor social media. Like, I have had this weird thought of this where it's like, what you do in your time is your business. And if you want to be an OnlyFans lady or a digital picture provider, that's fine. I would think you shouldn't do things like be a public politician while doing those. But again, if you're going to do the two, can you have a staunch line between them? I mean, how hard was it to get one nice photo of you to put up for your face that wasn't you being in full whore mode? Like, how hard was that? Politicians do this all the time, just in private, to get more power. Mussolini dips. Do those milkshakes have a best if purchased by date? I don't think so. I think they were homegrown. I would donate to the church for that cause, sister. I mean, again, they were very nice. Did you not see them, Digger? Do you need me to go back and get them? You know what? Just scroll back in the show. We had them up there for a while. I would donate to the. Oh, we already read that. They're way past shelf date, says T. Jefferson. I'll admit they were clearly very big. She just wasn't shy about putting them out there, and that's her problem. Maybe don't do that and be a public politician. You're a public figure. You're giving them more ammo. She was blessed with an abundance as well, Saffron. Let me put it this way. If she was in the Salem witch trials, that bitch would float. Does her OnlyFans have a clapping without hands section? Well, I'll say this, Mussolini Diff. I don't know about that, but for someone who is not a yacht enthusiast, whole lot of motorboating videos. Amen, Johnny. I guess those aren't milkers anymore. They're turning to cheese. Oh, that's just, now it's getting gross. I don't know why that feels gross to me. That feels gross to me. Does it feel gross to you? It should. It should feel gross. But thank you for that lovely mental image. We're continuing on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble for hopefully another 2 hours. Thank you for being here on all three programs. We are going to be off next Friday, so 4-day week followed by a 4-day week. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. Am I about to see a cat? Kitty? I could have swore I saw something move out of the corner of my eye. Thought it was a cat. Was not a cat. And dents in her shoulders from straps digging in. The stretch marks are not sexy. Digger loved telling me this story. I guess she just loves sharing it. She really loves bragging about her friend's boobs. It's strange. I had a friend who was 5 foot fuck all with natural knockers that big. She had back problems like you wouldn't believe. T. Jefferson, I like to create word pictures, Johnny. It makes the radio experience more vivid. I agree. It does, and I would appreciate it, except the pictures you paint are nightmares, and I have trouble sleeping. So it's, could do without. But again, we're going for hopefully another 2 hours. We have 3 stories left to talk about in the second hour, and then we're on to our third hour stuff. If we fly through everything, we're gonna hang out for a little bit, depending on the time, but we will end the show early, unless we end up having a hype train after we fly through everything. If people are like, no, we're not going to let you leave, hype train. And I have jelly beans. We'll do random jelly beans if we have a hype train. You know what I should do? I should mix the hots with the fucking creepy flavored ones. Touche, Johnny K, says T. Jefferson. Yes. It is a bit rough. In her professional career, she goes by Mrs. Chokes on Dick. No, she goes by damn them big titties. Hostage train, as it were. That's kind of what I'm saying. Like, I'll feel guilty So it's not really a hostage train because you're not forcibly keeping me here, but I feel guilty if you're throwing in money. And I'm like, oh, God. And we had, like I said, a lot of great funding already. Like next week is, if we had a really big hostage train, next week's knocked out, like then I got to stick around while we're doing that. And I got to figure a way to fill the time. Off the top of my head, I could dick around looking for stories. But again, torture beans sounds like a possibility. Anyways, here we are. So this is something happening in Georgia today, a immigration raid. So here's the thing. I didn't know that we had a whole lot of South Korean immigrants, but apparently an entire Hyundai factory was apparently just everybody, like, they're making the cars in America, but they're importing the workforce?
Is responding after hundreds are detained in an immigration raid happened in Savannah, Georgia.
A U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement confirms a raid happened at a Hyundai.
All right, now hold on. Who was the uber critical person earlier? Let me read back on the chat. T. Jefferson. T. Jefferson, you said the last ladies were way past shelf date. I give you Exhibit A and Exhibit B on why maybe they weren't so bad. I don't know, Professor Tie-Dye. That's the kind of thing where devoting mental effort to that is a loss for me, so I just don't do it. Maybe. Depends if his hair's down.
Group manufacturing site. It shut down construction on an adjacent factory being built to produce EV batteries. Officials say 450 people were apprehended. 300 are South Koreans. South Korea is now expressing some, quote, concern and regret following the raid. Hyundai released...
Concern and regret over what? Over the fact that people who may have been taking their paycheck and shipping it back to your country aren't there? Regret over sending them here? I didn't even realize we had illegal immigrants from South Korea. See, this is where I get, like, I get shook out of feeling like, oh, sometimes I feel like, wait, maybe we are a little too hard on immigration. Then I hear we have 300 illegal immigrants from South Korea working at a Hyundai factory. First of all, those two coincidences smell super fishy to me. I don't know about anybody else, but it's just like, all right, when you say there's, a couple hundred illegal Mexican or Brazilian or Central American migrants working in a field like that, like, okay, fine. But it just seems very specific, like, of all the things they could be at, they're at a Hyundai factory? They all gathered there. Huh. Hyundai is a South Korean company, so it makes sense. Yes, Mr. Q, I'm sorry if I didn't make that clear enough. That's also what I'm saying. Brian, he thinks 21-year-olds are past their expiration date. Well, Brian the Science, I think 21-year-olds are far too young. So I guess it's a matter of perspective.
A statement saying it's cooperating fully with the appropriate authorities and paused construction on the building. The Pew Research Center says the U.S. labor force lost more than 1.2 million immigrants from January through July.
Right. Okay, from January through July. Were those legal immigrants? Because if they're not legal immigrants, I've got bad news for you. They're using local services, assistances, taking local jobs, local revenue. These things are not good for the country as a whole. So, again, like, that's... balls deep. I don't trust any women younger than 26 to cook a good meal. Is the new research center stinky? Oh, is the Pew Research Center stinky? Probably. I mean, you don't earn that name just off a chance. Like, I feel like there's probably been a couple of, like, stink bombs. Maybe there's a skunk nest nearby. King Kong Dong, I don't trust women. There's a good lad. I love that Digger's not here. I can get away with this shit. I can get away with this shit right now. There's a good lad. There's a good lad. Never trust a woman. Let's just be clear from the start. Anything that bleeds once a month and doesn't die has certainly got to be either A, be a vampire, or B, a fucking demon.
And his girlfriend accused of murdering his 10-year-old daughter were back in court.
Very dramatic.
Wait a minute. So did you only have a 1-minute story on the thing, and then so you just decided to stick like a guy who's accused of murdering his daughter? All right, yeah, no, I didn't ask for that. I'm not gonna go in. Now I gotta go from an upbeat song into a fucking dead dog dedication. And I'm Casey Kasem, and here's your countdown. All righty, so that's that. We got our 3rd hour stuff. Oh, I haven't finished the 2nd hour stuff. It helps if you do that. We're having fun. Okay, so again, we're going for like another, what is it, hour and 45. We have a couple of stories here to cover. Let's close that one. And that's just that one again. So we don't need that. Ugh. I tells you. Wearing these with headphones gets annoying after a while. Caught up with all chats. Good, great. Thank you for being here for the weekend, before the weekend, and we are doing a 4-episode show next week. Aunt blames niece after accidentally eating dog food. Look, I get it. You got to save your fucking reputation. But at a certain point, when are you the asshole? Like, you're going to take it out on your family because you ate dog food? I'm sorry, but how do you accidentally eat dog fuel? Dog fuel. A family visit took an awkward turn when a curious aunt accidentally ate dog food. This is why I keep getting it screwed up. Accidentally ate dog food, fueling a heated Reddit discussion on Am I the Asshole? The user wrote that she lives in a house with her medium-sized dog and keeps a designated area for her pet's essentials. My kitchen is structured in a way that there is an area dedicated for my dog's things. Dog food storage, bowls, food toppers, basically everything that has to do with his nutrition, the 25-year-old woman wrote. The user's dog food powders are made from a variety of different meats and fish, including beef and sirloin, mussels and lamb, and chicken, she said. All right. On the label, it says what it is and what it is intended for, but there is no dog shown on the label that would make it super obvious at first glance that it's a dog item, she added. That's just how the brand labels its products. The drama began when the woman's 60-year-old aunt stopped by to help her set up her phone. Why? You're in your 20s and you need a 60-year-old to help you set up your phone? I saw I needed something longish to be able to open the compartment that would let me add the SIM card in, the Redditor recalled. I told her to wait, and I went to look for one. Oh, wait, no, the 60-year-old came to have her phone set up by you. Meanwhile, the aunt went to the kitchen to grab a glass of water. Next thing the niece knew, the older woman was holding one of the dog food jars in her hand. Uh-oh. I hear her asking what I use that powder for and that it tastes quite nice, the niece wrote. I immediately gasped and let her know I use that for my dog. It's dog food. She then said her aunt freaked out. Well, dude, no offense, it's your aunt's problem. I assured her that while it's used for dogs, it's completely fine and safe for humans, and that nothing is going to happen to her at all. I apologized for the fact she had eaten that in my house, and she started blaming me for leaving the food toppers there. Dude, no! She said she was going for a glass of water. She helped herself to a canned food. It was your dog's food. You're a dumbass and a cunt. You just took something, you didn't know what it was, somebody else's house, you decided to eat it. You didn't even ask. It's polite to ask. To be fair, Laura Loomer ate dog food for a sponsor. Brian the Science, people are eating monkey feed. Well, bananas are delicious. Wild Saffron, my older brother would eat milk bones for our dog, lols. Really? As a kid, we left dog biscuits in the candy dish. Neighbor came by, ate one, and said they were pretty good. So, it happens. Dude, like, there were 5 of us, and growing up, like, my younger sister, one of my sisters had a cat food eating phase she went through as a very small child. I thought this was somebody eating kibble. The fact that it's like a wet food, like a canned food thing, But the biggest problem I have with this, you're blaming somebody else for pilfering something from their pantry and being upset that you find out it's not meant for human consumption. It's intended for dogs. And it's not that it's not okay for human consumption. It's just the aim was to feed it to a dog. And then you get indignant? You're the one pilfering their shit. How about you stop taking people's stuff without asking? Oh, is that why you like keeping cats? Says Professor Tie-Dye. No, the cat thing, I've explained this before. I had a ferret as a pet. Loved that ferret. Awesome pet. Loved that ferret. And my significant other at the time wanted to have cats. And once the ferret passed away, the significant other pounced on the let's get a cat thing. And so it was my birthday, or very close to my birthday. It was the end of October. My ferret had passed away several months earlier. And there were a bunch of kittens that needed to be rescued. She started pushing for let's adopt one of these kittens. I found Alucard, and I said, sure, let's adopt this kitten. And thus began a almost now 20-year I have a cat. I was never a cat person before Al. Al and Tegra are my only cats. I don't imagine myself getting cats after. I don't mind keeping cats here. And the best part is right now is cats for me are way easier to take care of now than dogs used to be or my ferret was, because I don't have to walk them or clean out their cage constantly. Like they got a litter box and that's about it. If someone gets into my house and starts drinking my milk, they may get a mouthful of horse semen, says Brian. Brian, why do you have horse semen in your fridge? You don't work on a farm? As far as I know, you don't stud horses? Don't you work at like a 3D printing? Why do you have horse semen? That's strange. To be fair, for family, we have a help yourself policy to the fridge, so I can see her just helping herself without asking. But again, the lady in the article said there's a very clear section for the dog. Like the dog stuff is all relocated to one spot. So I have because horse semen spoils if it's not refrigerated, says Paul Steep. And Brian, you don't have horse semen? No, I don't. King Kong Dong, I have squirrel nuts in my house. That's messed up. That's messed up. What the fuck, bro? Dude, ask them. Ask them, Jesse. I can't tell you. I have no understanding or idea what the heck they're talking about. Here's what it is. It's gross and I don't support it. That's where we're going to land that. It's gross and I don't support it. Wish I had more water. This is why I wanted Digger to be here today, so I could pivot to her when I had to run to grab water. But she bailed on me. She just didn't feel up to it. I'm just giving her shit. It's all good. Okay, so how did this go? I apologize for the fact she had eaten that in my house. She started blaming me for leaving the food toppers there. The woman concluded she has now gone to my mom, other aunts, and cousins. Commenters were quick to call out the prying aunt, accusing her of being nosy. Aunt will be known forevermore as Snoopy, one user joked. Another argued, if you open cupboards in someone else's home and help yourself, no one let you eat whatever you consumed without asking. All right. Lisa Gage, CEO and founder of Beverly Hills Manors in California, told the source that the concept of pedicate has long been established, but the Redditor situation is unusual. I have yet to see specific guidelines that dictate labeling pet food items in one's own home, the expert said. In this scenario, the food items were stored in a designated dog area, and the assumption is that they would not be mistaken as anything other than dog-related food. Again, I blame the pilfer. In similar situations, Gage advised hosts to show calmness and empathy. Oh, who fucking cares? We're breaking this down too much. Look, your aunt ate dog food. God knows she has a face for it. Eugene Stoner, I have a bald eagle in my freezer. Want any jerky? No, because that would be illegal. That would be illegal. Did she not smell it first? I'm guessing, and I can say this as someone who's bought very, very nice cat food for Al and Tegra, you can't tell, like, other than unless it's on the label and it's labeled as animal food, you can't tell with some of that stuff. Because they have like gravies and sauces, and so honestly, it doesn't look or smell any different than cracking open like a fucking Campbell's soup can half the time. So I could see the smell not working. I can see the label not working. And I can even understand the mistaking dog food for something other than dog food. But nobody made you reach for it. Nobody told you to go get it. Nobody told you that's where it was. And again, you went to get a glass of water. That's not water. You grabbed fucking dog food and you started eating it. It's on you. Taking it out on your freaking niece. You came to her to set up your phone, you old bat. Like, don't get upset. All right. So we have a couple. We'll read through this and then we'll go to the story, or at least the video clip I think that we have here. President Donald Trump is expected to sign an executive order today, renaming the Department of Defense the Department of War, a White House official said, and sources familiar with the draft of the executive order told ABC News. The formal renaming of the department would require Congress to act, but the order is expected to say the new name can be used in official correspondence and ceremonial context and non-statutory documents. The Secretary of Defense may also use the title Secretary of War, the White House confirmed. Trump has teased the renaming for months and last month told reporters he didn't think he needed congressional approval to change the name. We're just going to do it. I'm sure Congress will go along if we need that. I don't think we even need that, Trump said last month. I don't know. Does this matter? I mean, it's more accurate. I'll give you that. The Department of War is more accurate than, say, the Department of Defense. Because again, they don't do a whole lot of defending. They do a lot of preemptive attacking as a form of defense. And now we have Homeland Security, and it gets weird. All right, let's go.
Is renaming the Department of Defense to the Department of War. A formal name change requires congressional approval, but according to a White House official and other sources, President Trump will sign an executive order today to use the new name in official correspondence, ceremonial contexts, and non-statutory documents. The
So
White
you're
House
just going to read everything
confirms
I
the
read.
Secretary of Defense may also start using the title Secretary of War. President Trump is expected to sign that order this afternoon, and former NATO Supreme Allied Commander General Wesley Clark is here for more on this. General Clark, thanks for coming on. You know, the DoD was called the Department of War until 1949. What do you think about the change away from that, and now President Trump's expected order to change it back?
Well, I think it's very ironic because when we had a nuclear monopoly and we were the greatest military power in the world, we named ourselves the Department of Defense. Now, when we're facing a growing coalition of nations against us with nuclear weapons, China, Russia, North Korea.
Whoop, there it is. I thought you knew. What, that we were changing the name? I knew about it. Now it's happening. I don't know that I care that much. This guy cares. I thought I'd play. Honestly, I'm trying to report on lighter hearted stuff that isn't like, because I feel like Department of Defense, Department of War, you can have an opinion about these things. It is not going to change what we do and where. It never did, but it's semantics. But so, padiddle padaddle. It's just, we're trying to have a lighthearted day. We're trying to keep it light. I don't want to do serious crap. I don't want to do somebody assaulted somebody. The most violent we got was a freaking shoplifter who got taken down hard by Grandpa, and that was just boomers being beautiful. That's what we called that segment. So it was just, for fun. All right, Grandpa, tell us about the Department of War.
Possibly later Iran, but we're calling ourselves the Department of War. But I do think it does follow the theme of President Trump and Secretary Hegseth. They want a more masculine, they want a more martial approach, something that improves recruiting, something that sounds better on the posters. So I think it's just part of the theme of this administration.
What do you think it tells our allies and our adversaries?
It doesn't tell them shit. Again, our allies and our adversaries are well aware what the Department of Defense does and where they do it and what happens when they do. None of that is going to change. I don't think it tells anyone. But or as Fallen the Great so eloquently asks, but who let the dogs out?
I think it's cosmetic, and I think
See?
it goes with a lot of other positioning and posturing that our allies and our adversaries see through. To be very honest with you,
I see through. It doesn't. It's not positioning or posturing. It's just stupid. The whole thing's just stupid. I feel like anybody that takes that change very seriously on a global scale, you're worrying about the wrong thing. What do they call it, though? They call it the Macarena. So let's see.
All the people that
Okay.
have gone out there against the mainstream media and said, you're going to call us racist? You're going to call us potential Timothy McVeighs? Fuck you. War.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Thank you, Wild Saffron. War, in case anyone hadn't seen this, Andrew Breitbart's knew what it means. Okay. I don't think it's a big deal. It tells them we are about to send their planetary intergalactic. I don't think it does. Fallen, I don't think it does. I'm worried you are listening to a different show while commenting on this one. This is strange. I'm not sure I can follow what you're talking about. Thank you, Wild Saffron, for that clip. I had never seen that, so thank you. So you have the Minnesota Renaissance Fair story, Johnny? No, I don't. I can look that up if you want, quick, since we are coming to the end of
all the people that have gone out there against the mainstream media.
We just played that. And we're done with that. Let's go check the Minnesota Renaissance Fair. I don't know what story for that could be. A chronic hater. I don't know what. Yes, please. I want a Johnny rant. I don't know what. I have to find what story. There's no. I have. That's a schedule. That's a promotion. I don't have a story. Minnesota Renfest. What is the Renfest? People are saying. I don't have a story. I saw a video earlier. Some dude just got kicked out of the Renfest for misgendering somebody. I don't want to be like, I don't know if you didn't catch this earlier. I have a headache. I don't feel good. I don't want to be angry and yelling about that shit right now. I kind of literally have built the whole show around not doing that. So I'm not going to do that just for that reason. Just to be the man who ends up at Digger's door. Oh, yeah, I've done that story. I've done that song before. You understand, my foil friend? I don't know if Digger's here. She hasn't been in for a bit. I haven't seen her in any of the chats. We might have lost her. She's had a rough day. So, she's just taking it easy. That's why she's not on the show. So hopefully she's fine. I'm going to load up our third hour stories. And then once we're through all of those, we might end the show early because I've got a really bad headache. I kind of want to take these contact lenses out, and I've got to find a way to get my medications. So we've got a couple of those things. Boop, boop, boop-a-doo, boop. All right, so for our third hour stories, we've got a story about a person who tried to save money by making their own dentures. We've got a new fashion trend out of Japan that doesn't surprise me, but We got a story about a dude who decided to give out ice cream to people at the top of the Colorado mountain. So we've got that. And then a dude from India at the Australian immigration thing. That's a little more serious, but it's still funny and lighthearted at the same time. So I guess that works. Let's let's try checking if we got anything else worth grabbing quick. No, I don't want to talk about Puerto Rico after Venezuela flies aging F-16s over Navy destroyer. That's not good. California officials are recommending masking indoors again. I'll go and report on that quick. Open link in new tab. Oh dear Lord, that can't be true. Guys, Steve from Blue's Clues is going to launch a podcast for adults who need emotional support. What the hell? See a therapist if you need, but dear Lord. Where is, that's it. That's everything we have. Lieutenant Dan ice cream. It's kind of a Lieutenant Dan ice cream moment. I'm going to be honest. It's not far off. It's not far off from a Lieutenant Dan ice cream moment. I saw a body cam of a Karen getting arrested and insisting she had to go feed her cats, and the damn police are oppressing her. Well, again, I feel like if you need to feed your cats, don't commit crimes. Following the great emotional support. If rope can't hold them, there's always cable. Jesus, man. Jesus. I don't think it's that you realize that doesn't help. That's not where we want to go with this. That's not what we want to do here. Whoa. That's not what we're after. That's not what we want. These people to get the help they need and deserve. I don't want people dead on my front lawn. Oh shit. Do I gotta grind up stuff? I do. We don't have stuff ground up. We didn't do a hype train. I will mention right now, we get through our stories and stuff. We may end a little early if that's the case, just because, again, my head's fucking thumping like a bass speaker at a fucking nightclub. So we might end up quitting out a little early. However, for those of you that love to torture people, here is your masochistic moment and opportunity. I will do torture hype trains. If they keep a hype train going, I'll eat fucking question mark gummies and or jelly beans and spicy jelly beans and hate my life and keep that whole thing running. I'm a whore. Show me on the blue where the mean man touched you. What do you mean on the blue? Who's on the blue? Drink water more, says Stolen Catalytic Converter. I've been drinking water. It's what it is. Here's, like, no joke, here's what it is. I'm fighting my effing legs every night. Like, my legs get into a position and the muscles lock into that position. My legs and my body get uncomfortable and I try to change position. My legs won't bend. It's just a problem. So I've been fighting my legs pretty much animal style, in and out as Wild Saffron says, for a while. And so that's why my head is all thumpity and my body's angry and I'm in a pissy mood, and that's why we've been doing a fun, goofier show today, to have more fun with it and not talk about stuff that pisses me off. So that way I don't make all that worse. AP, yep. Do your legs are cosplaying as Stephen Hawking? No. Oh, you mean the Bluey dog. Oh. Or Blue's Clues dog. I get you. Now I understand. I'm sorry, Jesse. We'll get to that one in a bit. First, we'll read this one out for you. To save money, a man made his own dentures with materials bought online. Guess what we're about to find out. Miss Liu, who runs a dental clinic in Tianjin, recently posted shocking photos of an elderly client who came in with both his upper and lower teeth caked in a hard brown substance. He allegedly had been experiencing trouble eating because of his deteriorating teeth, so he decided it was time to get artificial dentures. However, he didn't want to spend too much for them, and knowing that dental work was expensive, he decided to make his own dentures using materials he bought online. Unfortunately, he made a mess of his teeth and was left with no other option than to seek professional help. To his despair, so far, no one has been willing to remove the DIY dentures. Dude, his teeth are so bad, they won't show them unblurred. This man's teeth are so bad, they won't show them unblurred. Oh. Boomer Bob Show. We just lost a listener. Wonder how they died. I don't know what that song is from. I don't know that song. Have you tried duct tape? It helps when I transport workers to the meat market. What the heck are you talking about? For emotional support? Only in China, says Mr. Q. Well, I don't know about only in China, but this one certainly happened there. He was attempting to save a buck. How did that do you? He was reluctant to spend money on dentures and bought materials online for 70 cents. He said the hospital didn't do anything, and I said there was nothing we could do either. Sounds like a good deal, too good a deal to pass up. But Liu claims the DIY dentures were a complete disaster, and the man now risks losing all his teeth if he can find someone brave enough to remove the resin. The dentist used this unusual case as a cautionary tale, warning her followers to seek professional help instead of trying to fix their teeth themselves. Ugh. Oh, dear Lord. Guys, we got an unblurred picture. Yeah, buddy, that's not going to help you. That's, you're fucked now. St. Aaron saying, baby, your bad teeth make me so hard. Hold still. Let me be the one to fill in those cavities. Oh. St. Aaron. Sir. No. He needs a oral surgeon. His teeth are toast. Yeah, according to the dentist, if you could even find someone to remove this shit, which good luck with that, you're losing all your teeth. Your teeth are gone. You have to take them all out now. Looks like poopy, says Fallen. Okay. Interesting descriptor. They're going to be expensive to laser that rotten crap out. He's like that black lady who used Gorilla Glue instead of hairspray a few years ago. Dumbass. Well, hey, look, here's the thing. She used the Gorilla Glue. She used the Gorilla Glue spray because she thought it was just like a hairspray, like that it could be used like a hairspray. She didn't realize it couldn't be used like a hairspray and that it would like harden that hard and not wash out. It was more of an accident than a like, I thought this would be fine. This guy did this intentionally. Like he saved his money so by buying the cheap fucking resin kit, and he tried to make his own fucking dentures. And on top of that, you're trying to make your dentures because you got problems with your teeth. Motherfucker, if you're covering them up, you're not fixing anything. Your teeth will still rot under there. Thank you for the chattering teeth sticker and the 100 bits. I really appreciate that. Who was that? That was St. Aaron. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Drill baby drill. Yeah, he's done. His teeth he's enjoying life and food through straw now. That is his life. That is his life. Dear God, that's gross. Although Miss Lou didn't go into details about the man's attempt at making his own dentures, some speculated that he did not use ultraviolet light to harden the resin, causing it to slowly harden into an uncomfortable mold. people generally agreed that while very expensive, dental work should be left to the experts. At least someone other than yourself. No offense, you can't look at your mouth very easily, so maybe don't do your own dental work. Maybe just, I don't know, just try. Gorilla Glue spree. What, they went on a spree of gluing? No, she used a Gorilla Glue spray. And she sprayed it on her hair. She didn't realize it was a hard resin adhesive. Just thought it would have hold. It's not called a spree. It's just weird. Anyways, we've got... Oh, I got to clear the second hour stories since we finished those. We've got a couple of stories left to go. We're looking at about an hour left in the show, or more. A little more than. Possibly more than if we end up doing that torture hype train. Then I'm in trouble. But yes, we still have a couple of things left to cover. We are not doing a show this next Friday because of an appliance delivery. So 4 days a week next week and starting Monday. So it'll be like this week, except instead of starting on Tuesday, we're starting on Monday. 2 days with the tow, 4 days here. Digger will be here hopefully half the week at least. So that's always awesome. Home fix kit, pliers, a hammer, and a bottle of whiskey. You're gonna need something more than whiskey to deal with that. That guy's boned, man. That resin is hard as shit. Like, I don't even know how you can. Ugh. Is it weird that my teeth are hurting just thinking about it? Because my teeth ain't the greatest, but damn. That's bad. Gorilla Glue Lady was a school teacher. She can't read. No, Boomer Bob Show. She can read. She's just stupid and assumed that the glue wouldn't have quite that much of a hold. She just thought it would work out in the long run. That's what it was. She thought it'd be fine after a time. It wasn't. So there we go. Gorilla Lady was a school teacher. Yeah, I don't. She got her thing solved. I don't know how that guy's gonna do though. It's a lot messier of a solution and a fix there. I don't think it's gonna work. All right, so fashion brand turns women's underwear into an expensive hair accessory. This is gross, and I don't know who thought of this, and whoever they are deserve to be punished. But let's open image a new tab. Was there like a read more? That's it? That's all we have? I thought there was more to this than that. Oh, wait, nope. There is. And open image in new tab. I have long said I am both fascinated and terrified by Japan because of the things that they do. It's an interesting place. It's an interesting place, and sometimes I worry. Well, there is a company in Japan that is turning women's underwear into expensive hair accessories. Now, the part that they're making it into hair accessories, not too surprising, it's Japan. The idea is that these are expensive hair accessories. Japanese fashion brand Jennyfax has been getting a lot of attention for its newest line of hair accessories made with a pair of women's panties and a hair clip glued to them. It doesn't even sound that fucking elaborate. It's a pair of panties with a hair clip glued to them. Most people would only wear underwear on their heads as a joke or a dare, but if unconventional fashion brand Jennyfax has anything to say about it, wearing women's panties in one's hair will soon become a fashion statement. The Japanese brand took a pair of silky women's underwear, glued a metal hair clip to them, and created an original accessory that was set to get people talking, aptly called Panty Ribbon Bow. The new hair clip comes in 3 colors, black, pink, and blue, and is priced at around $119. Ladies, I don't have long hair. Does this hair clip look like it's worth $119? Do you want to spend $119 on that? And this is Japanese. Are these fresh or used? I have to know. We have to clarify. The brand's founder, Jen Fang, has always been known for her non-conformist design choices, and the panty ribbon bow is definitely consistent with the brand tone. Oops. So it's that one. Again, now it just looks like she's wearing underwear from somebody who's got a larger ass than her. Whoever those belong to had one hell of a dumper, all right? Like that those are parachute panties for grandma. And yet you're turning them into a hairband. You're going to walk around as a fashion statement. And I'm the asshole that's weird going, what? Why, Japan? Why? Yeah, and she called it spree. We've got it, Fallen the Great. Whatever. You're going to sit here and tell me you never needed emergency underpants? Not to the point where I thought of wearing them on my head. The panties that aren't fresh don't require glue for assembly. Yeah, they're already stiff from all the starch. That's what it is. Starch. Dear Lord. All right, what else do we know? Photos of the controversial accessory went viral on Chinese social media, sparking a heated online debate about the creative liberties of fashion brands. Jennyfax is definitely not the first company to push the envelope in its terms of design. Balenciaga regularly sparks controversy with its unconventional, sometimes shocking creations, as do other lesser-known brands like Zenwer and Felissimo. All right. That's pretty shocking. That is pretty shocking. Now here's my, do they go back, like for $119, do they at least switch back and forth? Can you use them as both panties and hair tie, like based on the day, the mood, what you got going on? You know, maybe you're busy. You don't got time. The panties that aren't fresh don't. Oh, we already read that. Yeah, so maybe you're too busy. You don't got time to, you know, fucking do your laundry and everything else, and it's been a long day, and now you, by God, you need a fresh. I'm trying to figure out a way to make it work. I am trying to make it work. It's not working. It's really not working. If you wear underwear on your head, you're a butthead. Ha ha ha. Mr. Q, I mean, semantically speaking, you're not wrong. Contact lens is definitely part of the problem. I have to kick that girl out. If you wear underwear on your head, you're about it. They will look great with my tampon earrings, says Fallen the Great. Plus, the earrings are red, the underwear is black, so the color scheme will match very, very nicely. In fact, I have to just accent, you know, maybe the fingernails and some lipstick and fucking banging. You understand what I mean? Black dress attire or just running around in your Spanx. It works either way. Fucking Jesus. Maybe they could wear them as underwear and use the clip as chopstick holders. That is insensitive, Danger Bear Wolf Turtle. They don't have to carry those with them everywhere. Plus, I don't know, man. Never put a chopstick holder where you might have a hole. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like somebody's getting uncomfortably accidentally penetrated, and it's not good. It's not good. It's an entirely avoidable incident. All we got to do is keep those things away from your front and or back hole. Sit down too fast. Now you got a chopstick up your ass. I mean, it's just more problems. All right, so let's close those pictures out. It's been a weird day. I've enjoyed the day. Thank you for being here. We've had a great time. We've got about an hour left in the show. We got like four stories left. We're going to go through those. We're going to kick it with you guys in the chat. And I mean if we end up doing a torture hype train, I've got the beans and things. I heard something about laundry as I was coming up with the clean laundry. Did I do something? No, you didn't do anything. Where is, you missed us talking about Japanese fashion trend. Here, let me get the nice pic of it. Let's just do this one for simplicity's sake, open image, a new tab. The Japanese fashion trend from Jen Fang, and it's called the panty bow. And it's pretty much just wear a pair of panties with a hair tie glued to them. They're $119 for these. American. $119. $119. So you're saying she might accidentally get the wood. Maybe, unless they're plastic chopsticks, then you're just in for a problem. But disinfecting will be less of an issue. So, I mean, pluses and minuses. Is what we do. So this is what we were talking about, Digger. Wait, never mind. I don't want to know. Well, now you know. Now you know. It's the panty bow. It's $119, and apparently it's fashion. So just wear the underwear on your head. I don't even know why you mean. What do you mean? What do you mean WTF? It seems like it's clearly explained. They are wearing underwear as they're gluing hair clips to underwear, and they're calling it fashion, and they're charging you about $120 for the privilege. We could make a fortune. How much is shipping to Japan from the States, says Digger. Yeah, and don't take this as a criticism, Digger, but the way we were looking at some of these, it seems like if you don't want to use your own, you can just buy some plus-size lady ones. They like to have the big bows in some of these, so, a little extra room wouldn't hurt. It gives you more fabric to work with. You could put ruching in it or something. That's a thing, right? You can, I don't know. Here's what I know. I don't know. I just know they were using bow ties made out of panties, and that's a thing. Hello, Japan. All right. This next guy, this story is kind of funny. I thought we had more. I thought there was a video on this. Nope. All right. So we'll go to this. This next story, for those of you who are who know about other shows and things, this guy looks familiar, but it isn't. Before any of you wonder, legendary! Fuck off. Hikers who climbed a Colorado mountain got more than just a sweeping view at the top. A man in an ice cream costume was unexpectedly handing out frozen treats. No one seemed to know the man, who carried ice cream sandwiches and bars and dry ice in a 60-pound pack up Huron Peak over the Labor Day weekend, but word of him spread quickly to hikers still making their way up the more than 14,000-foot mountain that is one of Colorado's tallest. Blaine and Katie Griffin are about 3/4 of the way up Huron Peak when other hikers told them about the man. They worried he would run out of ice cream by the time they got there. Eventually, we got to the top of the mountain, and tired, hot, thirsty, and didn't know it, but ice cream was just kind of what we wanted, Blaine Griffin said. He and his wife enjoyed their ice cream sandwiches, which still were surprisingly very cold, with some leftover pizza they carried with them. So now you just sound like you're just fucking cheap assholes. Christopher Whitestone said his two children, Olivia and Owen, went straight to the ice cream man as soon as they reached the top of the mountain. What if he threw them off? The ice cream was just a fucking bait. Considered a relatively moderate climb along Colorado's 50 peaks of over 14,000 feet. It definitely leaves a lasting impression for my kids as a very positive experience. Well, yeah, when does a kid look at ice cream as a not positive experience? It's whatever happened before that they look at not positive. But he warned them not to expect that every time they climb a mountain. Photos of social media show the man in a camping chair, a beer nestled in the armrest, wearing sunglasses with a fake mustache attached to it. Members of a Facebook group for people dedicated to climbing the state's 14ers called him a hero, one declaring him legendary. Oh, F off. Some also marveled at his ability to climb a mountain with such a heavy pack at elevations where the thin air can make it hard to carry just your own body. Blaine Griffin said the man later zoomed past them on the way down the mountain, this time without his costume, making him think he had climbed it many times. The ice cream had just run out by the time Rick and Sarah Rosenkrantz of Las Vegas made it to the top. But Rick Rosenkrantz said he was just happy to be able to witness the quirky stunt, which he said was a good anecdote to the tendency to focus on racking up achievements in the outdoors. He provided a nice reminder of just enjoying the moment, Rosenkrantz said. Just really making it fun, not making it more seriously than it needs to be, and just spending time with your fellow hikers. I mean, again, I don't trust anybody who's handing out free ice cream. And I'm going to say I'm glad that I full screened this picture. You know, when this picture is tinier, it looked a lot like that dude wasn't wearing a shirt. You got a beautiful high just to put on that costume. Whitestone, was it well educated? Father Boulder never went for milk. Okay, Fallen. You scream, we all scream when he fell trying to get ice cream. That one's pretty funny. Let's catch over on the Rumble. I wish there had been ice cream for me at the end of some of my hikes, says Digger. Yes, he is Mr. Softy Yeti, says Wild's Atomic Ray. Or is he Yeti Softy? I don't know. Soft serve? He's handing out ice cream sandwiches, and then that, you know what? I like the toffee ones. I want to go off of the toffee. I don't give two shits about the sandwiches, but damn, them toffee bars might be a thing. That'd be worth the price of admission. I got to hike up how high? Do they have a ramp? No? So I got to go 14,000 feet with just my feet? That's going to be difficult. You know what? I'll just buy my own ice cream. I've never known for ice cream to be good. Either get it out of church. Would you have to donate to every week? It is not free or at Sam's. Danger Bear Wolf, I don't even know what that means. Like, I read it slowly, and I understand that I have reading problems, like reading comprehension issues. I'm confused. You know what? I'm going to just let that one go. It's the weekend. It's not, I've never known free ice cream to be good. See, that would have been a much more concise way to do it. Why is Mr. Softy so angry? He doesn't look angry. I think it's the Yosemite Sam mustache that's making him look angry. I don't think you can be angry if you climbed up a mountain this high and you're giving out ice cream to everybody who stops by. I don't think you can be angry. I think he's just, he looks snooty. He looks snooty. I'll give you snooty. I feel like he's snooty. I don't think he's angry. I think he's snooty. Okay, we've got about an hour left in the show. I've got about 3 stories left, and I am fading fast. So I don't think we're going to make the hour. Unless we end up having a torture hype train. Oh, I might have to take these fucking things off. I got to take the freaking contacts out of my eyes. He set up next to a McDonald's with a broken ice cream machine. That would have been funnier if he set up an ice cream machine and said out of order and had a McDonald's logo on it. That would be even funnier. Snooties. Yeah, snooty's a word. Snooty's a word. What's funny about Snooty? He kind of looked like Luigi to me. I think that was mostly the mustache. I'll be honest, mostly the mustache. Not the not so good humor man, says Wild Saffron. Unless you meant Luigi Mangione. I didn't see that one in there at all. Okay, my legs are really not doing well. I am having a lot of trouble moving them, and they are very unhappy. He will set up to McDonald's with a broken ice cream machine. Nope, we got that, and that. All right, I'm not from India, man speaks out. Yeah, I don't know if I want to get to that first. Masking up. Steve from Blue's Clues. Didn't we have, we don't have any actual video stories left. Shit. All right, no offense, dude. If you're going to this guy for emotional support, Steve Burns, the original Blue's Clues host, is launching his own podcast called Alive. He wants to make it a Blue's Clues for adults and offer people who loved the show when they were kids emotional support and education now that they're grown up. What are you going to teach them? Like, you realize Blue's Clues handled like numbers, colors. What are you going to teach them? What? No. Mario's Luigi, says Digger. He wants to sleep with people 20 years younger than him that were watching him when he was a big thing. I don't think that's the case. He's setting up a podcast. I think he's trying to milk it. But again, who's gonna be like, you know what I really need to do? I really need to watch a Blue's Clues show. Is this? Nope. That's not it. Do we have clips of it? I'd love to see a clip of it. Okay. This is just funny. So, we're trying to find a clip of this guy's show. We're checking the thread. It's just jokes about it. 25 grams for 70. So I guess you're doing the Joe Rogan thing without the ayahuasca? A podcast for mentally ill, frail adults. I don't know. He didn't say he'd have a co-host. But you know what? If Melton scores that gig, good for you. Hey, it's Chris Webby. Who's Chris Webby? I don't know a Chris Webby. Now I'm confused. All right, so yes, Steve from Blue's Clues, Steve Burns, with a podcast that the former Blue's Clues host tells people builds on the joy and wonder so present in the iconic children's show. Speaking to people in an exclusive interview, 51-year-old Burns explains that the new podcast called Alive spun around the viral TikTok videos he posted during the COVID-19 pandemic, videos in which he didn't speak much, but instead checked in with his followers. The nostalgia of the 51-year-old man checking in on 30-plus-year-old people because he used to be a kids host show they all watched. Yeah, that's creepy. Burns added that the virality of his social media videos demonstrated that there was a way to break through in this modern era. The new podcast, he says, feels very much like a public access cable show from the late 90s. That's not a good thing. All right. So, Mussolini Diff, a podcast for mentally frail adults. Oh, wait, no, we already read that. So let's catch this. Just a parasocial grift. The trust comes from fond childhood memories. Yeah, it is a parasocial grift, but I guess more power to them. I feel bad for the people that need that. You need that? That's like, hey, guys, I loved Sesame Street as a kid. I was never like, let's get a bunch of puppets together and have them teach me stuff now that I'm an adult. But could you actually, you know what? I just pitched a killer idea of a show. Wouldn't you love to learn how to perform, like, say, like a tracheotomy or, change the spark plugs on a car, but the one doing it's a fucking Muppet? I could get behind that. A cooking show, but it's a Muppet. Let's put Muppets in everything. But UHF was a great movie, says Mr. Q. Mr. Q, nobody here remembers that that's a movie. Fill some holes. When is your first ivermectin shot? It's usually consumed in pill form or taken orally. I don't think there's any shots. We don't have any first shots. We have a referral, and then we're going outside the medical system to procure and take the ivermectin because first we're trying it with inside the. I don't want to. I'm an I told you so kind of guy, and I don't want to put up with people going, oh, well, your doctor doesn't recommend it. This, that, the other. You should have checked first. Like, we tried it. Not a thing. So we're going to do it. And then, believe you me, if this works as well as I hope, there's going to be a healthy I told us so going out to people. Mr. Q. I have the paste. Not really looking for that. Today, Elmo teaches you how to deal with being audited by the IRS. Fuck yeah! Like, imagine if Cookie Monster taught you how to balance your checkbook, right? C is for credit. That's what it means to me. A is for audit. It sucks really badly. But C is for credit. That's all I have, you see. So yeah, dude, I could get behind that.
Hey everybody, I'm Elmo. Today we're going to show you how to change a light bulb. Today on Sesame Street, we're going to show you guys how to change a smoke alarm battery. Some of you might not know what a smoke alarm is, but you need to change that goddamn battery.
Danger Bear Wolf Turdy. Cookie Monster teaches us how to eat pussy. That's dangerous. That guy's got a mouth on him. Today, Oscar the Grouch is going to teach you how to steal catalytic converters. Right, dude? I think we've stumbled onto an amazing bit. Big Bird's teaching you how to commit identity theft or to protect yourself. Sometimes when you pay with a credit card, they'll try to steal your identity. Like, fucking Jesus.
Fuck off.
No, I'm coming up with more of these. Fucking, the Count is going to teach us how to shoplift. Just one Lubu Dubu doll. Two Lubu Lubu dolls. The Con's got to teach you how to launder money. Yeah, dude. Phil Some Holes saying, who didn't like Blue's Clues? I don't know. I didn't have a problem with Blue's Clues. Mr. Q, Big Bird would teach you about cocaine. Why? Why, Mr. Q? There's absolutely no reason to put those two together. I mean, he does have a sizable beak. Maybe. Because of the schnoz. Makes sense. Today we tell you how to deal your daughter's mixed race marriage and the assistance she will being a single mother. Your thoughts, Big Bird. That is so disingenuous. Mussolini Diff, you know blackbirds are notoriously non-monogamous. Okay? We all know my record. Okay? They responded to Fat Albert better, says Historically White. Who did? Maybe ivermectin could cure. I don't know. Miss Piggy takes up tutorials. Bert and Ernie demonstrate. Lab glasses cure. Wild Saffron, that's gross. Chris Webby is the Raw Thoughts rapper. One of his songs, Back on His BS Again, has a bit with Blue's Clues. Okay. That would explain the Chris Webby thing. He's a bird carrying a bird, flipping the bird to the police. I don't understand what you mean by that. Ernie teaches basic car maintenance. Bert teaches interpretive dance. All right, guys, here's how you check your wiper fluid. See, this could be a thing. We really, I was ripping on this Blue's Clues guy, and you know what? I'm not a big Blue's Clues fan, but now when I think about it, when I think of the variety and plethoras of instructional and entertainment shows I would be willing to watch if they were cast with Muppets. Financial advice from from Statler and Waldorf. We could do this. Guys. All right, we got 2 more stories left. About 45 minutes in the show. We'll see how far we go. We'll go through the next 2 stories. I've got a really fucking horrible headache that is not getting better. And I think I really need to take out the contact lenses. So we'll probably get about all of that in a minute. But what if it was Paw Patrol, only criminal? Dude, let's get like CSI like murder investigations done by like, Gonzo. Hey, Ernie, let's tell them about same-sex marriage. No, Bert, you got monkeypox without me. Here's your papers. Oh, you hate to hear about that happen. It's sad. It seems to be. I was hoping it was like kind of a stereotype, but it seems to be kind of a thing that very, very not monogamous community. I'm not a rap guy, but Webby fucking rules along with Samson. I don't mind rap. Some things are awesome with rap. Johnny fucks. I mean, when I can. That's covered. Okay, so again, we have about 45 minutes left in the show, but my headache is not helping me. So we'll go. We'll talk about the man from India who sparked some untowardness. Is that a thing? In Australia, they're having some, I guess, Keep Australia Australian kind of protests. I want the image in a new tab. Open in reading mode, visit source. Open the image in new tab. That's what I want.
And our next guest.
Oh, it's a video.
Is a
I can't fucking zoom this thing in at all. Good God. Really? Really? We can't zoom it in at all. All right. There we go. That's the best we can do, apparently. And boop. So this next video, this is taking place in Australia, and an Indian immigrant speaks at an anti-immigration rally. Now, you might think an immigrant speaking at an anti-immigration rally wouldn't be siding with the anti-immigration people. Well,
foreigner. He will look like a foreigner. And he said he would like to speak. And he gave us notice to speak. Just like me, he became a citizen. Thanks, mate. So, I want to say that, yes, I'm a brown man. Yes, I'm an immigrant from India. But I came here for the right reason. So, that is what immigration meant around the world. Yeah. Not taking, but giving. Not demanding, but respecting. Yes. But what I see happening today, this is not immigration. This is an open door policy. Anyone can come in, claim a spot, and demand that Australia change for them. No. They are not blending in our culture. They are not protecting our freedom. Yes. They are twisting it.
What the fuck? Okay, so this is just an asshole. You guys realize he's saying all the things you want to hear, and you just punch him in the face to say oi oi oi. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Australians are retarded. Australians are retarded. Oh, dude, Mr. Q telling Phil some holes breaking beak. I think he means breaking beaker, as opposed to Breaking Bad. So before he could continue, he was shoved and the microphone was pulled away. Struggling to finish, the man did add, immigration is not about taking but giving, not about demanding but respecting. Right. The rally was part of the March for Australia. Protesters held on September 1st across the country, where demonstrators rallied against what they called unsustainable levels of migration. Organizers claimed that more Indians had migrated to Australia since 2020 than Greeks or Italians had in their major post-war influx. On its website, March for Australia said that Australia's unity and shared values have been eroded by policies and movements that divided us, and that mass migration has torn at the bonds that held our communities together. Right, and that's literally everything that guy was saying, and you punched him in the face. Mr. Q. Release the emus. They'll take them out. Or they'll take out the native Australians. Or everybody, and it'll just be an island of emus. I feel like we could handle an island of emus better than the alternative. I really think we could handle an island of emus way better than the alternative. So yeah, no, I'm for it. I'm fine with it. Fuck it. Let's go get the emus. Let them eat. Let's emu it out. Let's see how it goes. So there's that one. We have our last story that I regret to inform you of. It's 2025. Guys, California wants you to know COVID cases have doubled in California and officials advise for indoor masking. Give me a video on this. Give me a video. According to public health officials in California, California is reporting a late summer COVID-19 wave hitting the Golden State, noting a continued increase in new cases as some at county levels advocate for the return of indoor masking. Breaking with the Trump administration's vaccine skeptic Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Good God, that's a long, mouthy way to word out. Breaking with the vaccine skeptic. I'm sorry. You don't get to make fun of people for being skeptic of vaccines. You changed definitions in the middle of the night. You pushed things that weren't vaccines, called them vaccines, and they didn't work. You put those three things together, people have the right to be fucking skeptical, firstly. Secondly, the indoor masking is less effective than the vaccine things. So, breaking with the Trump, blah, 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 blah. Vaccines prevent severe COVID, disease, and death. Again, when was the last time we had severe COVID, disease, and death? There are people who get affected by this, but it's not like everybody. It's not the way they sold it. But yeah, so responding, everybody online just saying they're never going to let this go, are they? These clowns are the same people that told you RFK Jr. is the nutty one. I'm sorry. It's... You just picking up RFK like he's the crazy person when let's go back to wearing masks indoors, guys. California brings back the COVIDiots. LOL, says Wild Saffron. Yeah, I agree. It's pretty stupid. Throw a couple of those huntsman spiders in there. In where? In Australia? The Australians were upset there was no Fosters. I really don't. Saint Caesar, I really don't think that's the case. Vaccine skeptics, it isn't a vaccine, for fuck's sake. mRNA gene therapy, it's called poison. Well, Rusty Grammar, like I said, when the government and the people at the CDC and those people change definitions in the middle of the night, literally, that's not even me being hyperbolic. They literally changed definitions in the middle of the night while we were asleep. Something that wasn't medicine is now a vaccine. We made lots of people take it because it was all prepaid. Now lots of blood clots are killing kids all the way in the middle of the night. Barely made that land. That's how I'm losing my talent. I'm just fucking dying on the vine. I've run out of stuff to read and talk about. My head is pounding like a bongo drum. The Australians, yep, we did that one. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not in California, you know? I don't, if people want to wear masks, if they want to take that precaution, okay, fine. I have my thoughts on that. But I feel like we've reached the point where after all of the misleading and stuff that we've been through, you can't criticize people or think there's something wrong with people because they don't agree with you. Shit was very, very hinky, and it was very fucked up with how far we went, how little we got, and how somehow nobody asks the really obvious question of why during this pandemic whole bunches of single family businesses and homes went under, people couldn't pay their bill. But hey, big box stores and corporate fat cats all made a big mint. People in the government all made a big mint. A lot of people in this state swindled the government in what seems like an operation that Keith Ellis either knew about, had his hand in, and possibly even Walls. We have no proof of these things at the moment, by the way. But we do know that Keith Ellis was very much involved in this stuff. So, I don't know. Okay, so we've got all that covered. I am a hurtin' unit, as some would say. California became more lame in less time than the movie Demolition Man. What is the time frame of the movie Demolition Man? I don't know what the Demolition Man movie time frame is. But all right, thank you for being here on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. Looks like we're winding down, so we're probably going to bank it out a little early here. Unfortunately, we're going to end a half hour early. I apologize. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to roll this for everybody. And if people really want to keep this thing going and a hype train happens, we'll do that. But I'm going to just probably, he even says I should. I don't feel good. So it's a thing. Keith Ellison is one of the most corrupt people in Minnesota politics or in politics in general. He gets thawed out in 2033, I think. Oh, then yeah, we really did F it up faster. And yeah, Keith Ellis is, and surprise, Keith Ellis is Tim Walz's guy. So draw your conclusions as you like. But yeah, I don't for a second believe that this all happened without Keith Ellis's knowledge. And I don't believe that Tim Walz was oblivious to it. I'm sure they both knew about it. I believe they both profited off of it. And I'm sure they both probably won't be held accountable for it. So, hey, but remember, Tim Walz wants you to remember how much Donald Trump is a crook and a criminal, but not him. No, he's just, golly gee shucks, a really dumb guy who can't operate firearms or do absolutely anything manly, but he wants to be a alpha male. Tim Walz is the literal definition of what happens if a toasted marshmallow gains sentience. So at least now we know. They're all soft. Anyways, I'm going to bail. I apologize. I'm going to do a hoot for you guys. We're going to get going. I'm going to be back Monday doing a full show Monday and Tuesday with Aaron and here. We're doing shows Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We're off on Friday because of appliance delivery. So thank you all for being here. I hope you all have a lovely weekend. And yeah, we'll take a little toot and then we'll roll. So how does that sound? Okay. Oh, Historically White also said 2030. I don't know who said it first, Mr. Q or Historically White. Digger saying, be well, friends. Yeah, guys, have a great weekend. Take care. Wild Saffron, Digger, Lab Glass, everybody. Thank you so much for funding the show all the way into next week. We're covered all the way up till September 11th, which is the last day for next week. So that is immense and awesome. We'll be back Monday. We've been Johnny. You've been an audience. It's been awesome. Au revoir.
Hey world, what should we do? All the jokes have become the news. Take the black pill they're prescribing you. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over. There is nothing to say, nothing you can do. The government and media just lie to you. Sit back and laugh, it's overdue. Game over. doesn't understand.